And welcome to College Football on ESPN, presented by Dr. Pepper. Here in the rough and rugged Mountain West Conference on a beautiful night in the Silver State, Nevada and San Diego State, the Aztecs and the Wolfpack getting set to tangle in this West Division showdown. Now, Brian Sandoval, the governor of this great state, led the Wolfpack out on the field moments ago. And what a sight it was. Just a couple of more weeks left in office on this spectacular evening here in the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada, as we take a look at the Mountain West Conference standings. And the West Division rankings tell the story. San Diego State has won 6 games in a row, one of the hottest teams in the country, in control of its championship destiny. Meanwhile, Nevada also off to a great start with a road win at Hawaii just 1 week ago. Well, the Aztecs opening loss to Stanford before those 6 consecutive wins. All have come in close fashion. They've dealt with injuries in the backfield, having to replace their starting quarterback, running back, and fullback this season. But close has been the call so far in these recent victories. Great to have you with us, as always, for this Mountain West Conference showdown. Tom Ramsey, Roy Philpott. Tell you what, you talk about San Diego State, Rocky Long, in his 8th year. Nobody has won at a higher clip than the head coach.
Well, Rocky Long has been really impressive as a head coach. You think about this, the all-time winningest coach in Mountain West football history. That's pretty impressive. And then he's won 70 of 100 games at San Diego State. So he's done a lot of good things for the Aztecs. Most importantly, Roy, he's done a great job architecting a defense that has been one of the tops in the country for the last several years. And when you think they're 5th in the country in rush defense, they make it awfully tough for any team to try and run the ball against them, and they just will stack the box, 8, 9 players. And again, Nevada has a tall task tonight, trying to get yards against a tough San Diego State defense.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch the matchups tonight for Nevada. To'Ataua is going to make his first career start at running back. The Hammer is a freshman, but he's playing like a grown man.
Well, he had a great game a week ago against Hawaii, 126 yards, 18 carries, and To'Ataua, just a young freshman out of Lompoc High, and of course his brother had a great career up here as well, Taua, but he's setting his own standard at running back for the Wolfpack.
Aztecs won the coin toss. They have elected to receive, which is interesting for one of the top defensive units in the country. You saw the close wins, 5 of those 6 victories coming by a touchdown or less. All 6 by less than 2 scores. And our first look now at the junior signal caller out of Southlake, Texas. Tommy's Ryan Agnew replacing the injured Christian Chapman. And Agnew's done a nice job managing the game. He's 5-0 as a starter since taking over for Chapman, who could be back on the field as soon as next week. Chase Jasmine, the starting running back, with Jawan Robinson out. And off play action, Trevelyan with the reception into plus territory. And Fred Trevelyan will pick up 30 yards off play action.
And Roy, there's a lot to be said with being a game manager. Ryan Agnew is 5-0 as a starter, and he gets off to a great start here. He's really deliberate with the ball. He makes quick decisions, and right there the ball comes out. Trevelyan with a nice catch. First down, Aztecs.
Now Trevelyan averaging more than 23 yards per reception this season. That's second among all active wide receivers in the FBS. They'll hand it off to Jasmine, who makes a nice cut and dives ahead across the 40. Chase Jasmine, a sophomore from California, with a nice pickup. To a gain of 5.
You mentioned Ryan Agnew. Numbers on him. He didn't throw a lot of passes last week. Only 11 passes, completing 7 of them. But, you know, they really don't need to do a lot with the quarterback. They're so good at rushing the football. They get hats on hats, and they open up huge holes.
Jasmine off right tackle. After a gain of 5, will pick up 3. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Gabe Sewell with the stop. Well, San Diego State, you know what they're going to do. They're going to play in a phone booth. They'll go play action, but it's no secret in the Mountain West. They want to run the football, play defense, and special teams.
Yeah, and you know, as an opposing defense, you're sitting here going, okay, they're going to run the ball. Let's load the box. And then, of course, they come out and throw on the first play. But here's the secret to their offense. They get in 3rd and short. They're awfully good at 3rd and 5 or less.
Parker Houston, a Reno native, in motion. Play action again. Agnew finds his man. That'll move the sticks as Elijah Cody Makes his third reception of this season. A nice looking play again for the Aztecs.
Well, Elijah Cody, it's true freshman out of Las Vegas, Faith Lutheran High, and just runs the crosser, a little play action, and he just comes underneath the coverage, unable to keep his feet. Otherwise, he'd still be running.
It was interesting. Rocky Long and Jeff Horton, the offensive play caller, told us that Cody's the hardest working guy on this team, which speaks volumes considering how the Aztecs like to play football. Agnew again under center and again to the air. He'll buy some time before tossing that one away, and that's the one thing Agnew gives this offense, maybe a little bit more than the senior Christian Chapman.
Well, he does extend the plays. I think the only thing I find when I've watched film and film study of Agnew, he might leave the pocket a little too soon. And I actually asked Rocky Long that tonight prior to the game. He said, you know, Tom, he goes, he likes to get out there. In fact, he thinks he's a better runner than he really is. And I kind of had to laugh at that because I said, oh, really? He said, no, he's fast, though. He gets us out of a lot of bad jams.
We'll see the fullback in the backfield. Trevelyan on the jet sweep with a nice gain. Keeps the play alive, and there he goes. Ushered out of bounds at the 15. A flag on the field back at the 20 after the tackle by Nephi Sewell. So a gain of 16 pending the penalty. Reggie Smith, our Mountain West Conference official tonight.
Reggie Smith paid us a compliment tonight. He said, we don't jump to conclusions. And he thanked me. And you.
Well, the freshman receiver, Kobe Smith, the guilty party, and that's something you can't have on a run like that.
Now, Rocky Long, you know, we talked about his accolades at the top of the show, and Roy, he's one of the most competitive people you'll ever come across. I think he and Nick Saban are cut from the same cloth. I mean, those guys will battle you for 60 minutes every week.
Chase Jasmine back on the field. Agnew again to the air. The pass is caught. Waring makes the grab and then dances out of bounds. Tyson Williams in the area to make sure that play didn't go for longer yardage. That's a gain of 8. Opening possession of the night. Kahale Waring with his first grab, the 11th of this season. Hard to believe we're knocking on the door of November. San Diego State hasn't lost a game in 57 days, and you see their third down percentages. If it's third and short, it's money in the bank. Jasmine keeps the drive alive, crossing the 20.
Yeah, and if it's not third and short, they don't do well. They're 121st in the country overall, 32%. But boy, when they get 5 or less, they can put a hat on a hat. It's all about pad level and execution. They lead fullback, gets a nice block on the linebacker, and then Jasmine's through the hole and gets enough for the first down.
Jasmine already 3 touches, 11 yards. Agnew has taken to the air more than we expected. He'll do so again. Here's pressure, floats it out there. Wearing his second grab. That'll move to 6 again. It'll be first and goal, San Diego State.
Well, a lot of people watching tonight, things you don't see in college football. Fullbacks, tight ends. San Diego State has a plethora of both positions. And Houston, nice job. Again, coming across a formation. Again, play action. And Ryan Agnew doing a nice job with ball faking. Houston, of course, from the Reno area, right down the road in Sparks.
Houston, the reception. Waring the grab earlier on this possession. The handoff left tackle. And a punishing run inside the 5. Baber took the brunt end of that hit. And this is what San Diego State likes to do, as Jasmine grinds out 6 more.
And Roy, Jeff Horton, the offensive coordinator, and Rocky Long, they are so complimentary of one another because on offense, they're going to pound you. They're going to run between the tackles. They're going to bloody your nose. And on defense, they're trying to do the same thing. They're going to make you earn every yard. And what does that do to an opposing team? Well, all of a sudden you look up at the clock and they've reeled off about 6 minutes.
Power formation. Jasmine, a little stutter step. And sent down behind the line, right at the line of scrimmage by Corey Rush. 3rd and goal.
Yeah, this drive's eaten up about 6 minutes so far. And, you know, again, they just keep tapping the hammer. And we really haven't even had a chance to talk about Nevada's defense. They have some really fine players, and led by their all Mountain West Conference player, Malik Reed, number 90. He'll come off the edge and come off hard. I would expect San Diego State to just keep pounding the ball here.
Jasmine in the backfield. Jordan Bird checks in. Play action. Jasmine wide open. Agnew floats it into the end zone. And the touchdown for the Aztecs. On the 12th play of the drive, San Diego State reaches pay dirt.
12 plays. That's a nice long drive they strung together there, and just, you know, patience with the ball. Ryan Agnew, great ball fake there. Has 2 players wide open. Had the tight end Waring in the back of the end zone. Jasmine in the flat. Chose Jasmine for the score.
One of the top kickers in the country, John Barron, sends it through. And San Diego State strikes first on the opening possession of the night. 7-0 Aztecs. Barely 6 minutes in here in Nevada. So Rocky Long finding a way, getting the job done. Injuries don't matter. The Aztecs have won 6 in a row, trying to make it 7.
The College Football Playoff lives on ESPN.
Jay Norvell, Rocky Long looking on. Rocky in his 8th season at San Diego State. Jay in just his 2nd campaign. Trying to get Nevada back to a bowl game this year, and a win tonight would go a very long ways in that direction. A manageable end of the schedule coming up in the month of November. The Aztecs off and running here on the road. Fair catch made, 5 yards deep by Toa. And our first look now at the Wolfpack offense.
Well, it'll be interesting to see the Wolfpack offense led by Matt Mummy, the offensive coordinator. Of course, they run the air raid offense, and his father, Hal Mummy, really the architect of that air raid. Roy, led by Ty Ganji, he's put up good numbers. Ty's bounced around a little bit. He was a walk-on originally at CU. Didn't get any playing time up in Boulder. Left, played at Ventura College, and then found himself and having a nice career here at University of Nevada.
Out of the pistol, play action. Tawa making his first start, going deep, and a dangerous toss into double coverage. That'll be 2nd down and 10. Nevada's going to take its shots. That was Romeo Dubs, the intended target.
And they love Dubs, and I love what they told us yesterday, Jay Norvell and Matt Mummy, which was in this air raid offense, they look deep first. So they'll take their shots deep. They're not afraid to do it, but all of a sudden you get behind the chains early, and that's exactly what you don't want to do against a Rocky Long defense.
After the incompletion, again to the air. Pass is caught by Elijah Cooks, who's hit for it, crossing the 30 by Ron Smith. Big gain of 6. It'll bring up 3rd down.
And Nevada hasn't been great on 3rd down either. They're at 33% this year. 114th in the country, but Cooks has really come on in the last several weeks as the big possession receiver, as well as Dubs.
Well, that was one area this staff identified they needed to improve. Size at wide receiver. They'll float one for Cooks again, and this one behind number 4 in silver. Smith in coverage again, and 3 and out for the Wolfpack on their first possession.
Yeah, Rocky Long, he wants to get you to, if you throw the ball and throw an incompletion on 1st down, that's really what he likes out of an opposing team. And again, 3rd down defense, San Diego State's so tough.
Quinn Conaway checks in. Nearly 43 yards per attempt this year. Jordan Bird back deep to receive. And he spins that one beautifully. And an Aztec hop into the end zone. Punt of 68 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 for San Diego State. When we come back, Aztecs on top by a touch.
ESPN College Football is presented by Ice Cold Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville, and in part by Dove Men Plus Care. Care makes a man stronger.
Silver helmets and silver uniforms tonight for the Wolfpack, celebrating Nevada Day, the legal holiday here in the Silver State, commemorating the state's admission to the Union back in the Civil War, if you can believe that. And we were fortunate to take part yesterday, as we could park anywhere on campus without getting a parking ticket, because apparently
that's a first
for Nevada Day. You're able to park anywhere you want to, and the parking patrol was off. So we've enjoyed our time here in Reno this week. San Diego State off to a fast start. Jasmine, a deep handoff near side, and prances out near the 30. That's going to be good enough for a first down and a gain of 10. Dotson in the area. But how about the San Diego State offense? 12-play drive. Scored a touchdown on its first possession. Threw it 6 times.
How about that? Yeah, really a tendency breaker for San Diego State, asking Ryan Agnew to toss it 6 times, considering he only had, and he was 5 of 6 on the drive. He had 7 completions last week in the win against San Jose State. So, you know, again, you have to come out, change things up a little bit, but their DNA is run the football.
Straight ahead, another quality gain on first down, a pickup of 5. Sam Hammond the stop. Aztecs have a variety of running backs. Juwan Washington, the star back, expected to be on the field next week. In the meantime, Chase Jasmine, Chance Bell, Jordan Bird, Kagan Williams, pick your poison with this bunch.
I think what's most impressive about San Diego State right now for me, Roy, is looking at their offensive line. They're big across the front, and they always have an attached tight end or fullback or both.
After the fake, Agnew sends it out of bounds. Sewell with the pressure. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
So when you always have a tight end attached to the line of scrimmage, and sometimes they have 2 tight ends, it makes it difficult because they'll have overload on one side. It becomes a numbers game, and then Agnew has an ability to check which side they want to run the football, and sometimes it's to the open side as well. And they ask those running backs to make a tackler miss on occasion.
On 3rd down, here comes the heat. Agnew dumps it off. That'll be a first down and more. Into Nevada territory, a gain of 30 yards. B.J. Busby with the grab.
And B.J. Busby coming across on the crossing route. Redshirt freshman, again, just, I love the crossers. All of a sudden, Busby crossing from right to left, and Agnew, nice little touch on the ball and picks up a nice block downfield. Oh, nice execution there.
And Busby generously listed at 5'8", more like 5'6", and about $150. Speed to burn. Jasmine bottled up and belted down after a 1-yard gain.
Well, and Jasmine missed the hole. He ended up having Parker Houston as a lead blocker, and he was kicking out the defender. Jasmine had an opportunity to bust it up inside. Instead, he took it outside and right into the waiting arms of the tackler that Parker Houston was blocking.
Chase Jasmine had offers from the Pac-12, CU and Arizona. Played mostly on special teams a year ago, but has really stood tall in the absence of Juwan Washington. Agnew, play action, pass is caught. That'll move the chains again. Dotson in coverage, and Cody with his 2nd reception of the night.
Elijah Cody, the hard-working freshman. Another nice grab right over the ball. Agnew again, a safe throw. They're not asking too much of him. And you mentioned Juwan Washington, Roy. I went back and watched film of him early this year. I mean, he was over 100 yards in each of the first 3 games, 158, 156, 138 before he broke his clavicle. He is an impressive runner.
Expected to return next week. Send it to Jasmine again, right up the gut. And twist backwards after a short gain. They'll spot him down at the 16. Well, San Diego State had a bit of an off game last week against San Jose State. Won that one just 16-13. And Rocky Long was as grumpy as he's ever been this week. He said, you know what? We weren't focused. We didn't play well. We're able to pull a field goal out from 50 yards out there at the bitter end. And he was bitter talking to us. But he also expected his team to play better tonight, and so far we're seeing that. And
they might have been looking ahead to this game, quite frankly. I think they might have overlooked San Jose State a little bit.
Bell in the backfield. Agnew to the air, wide open for the touchdown. The easy pitch and catch, and Parker Houston in the area, but Waring made the grab. Now, Houston's a Reno native, but these two tight ends have been all over the field in the early going tonight.
Kahale Waring, we knew he was going to get the ball a little more often. 6'6", 250 pounds. He's at the left of the screen, and just a little corner route, ends up dipping in and then just works back to the back corner. And Agnew, that's an easy throw and catch for the Aztecs. Another score for them.
14-0 San Diego State, and a perfect start on the road, trying to maintain this 6-game winning streak. And Waring, his first touchdown reception of the year. All Aztecs early. Sunday NFL Countdown returns tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. Sam and the guys will break down all the early stories, injury updates, previews of each and every game right up to kickoff. And just like everything else, it's live on the ESPN app, so you can watch it anywhere you may be headed tomorrow. And San Diego State here in Reno, off and running. Make that passing with a 2-touchdown advantage and some brilliant play calling by Jeff Horton here in the early going.
Yeah, really nice mix of play calls. Ryan Agnew so far 8 of 10, 117 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kahale Waring, number 87, there for the last score for the Aztecs.
And a very important second possession for Nevada right here and right now.
Yeah, you think about it, you know, last year's game, 2017 game, it was all Rashad Penny for San Diego State. He set a San Diego State record in all-purpose yards with a 429 yards. He had a 100-yard kickoff return, Roy, plus a 70-yard punt return. They weren't even trying to kick to him. Jay Norvell told us we didn't even want to kick to the guy. He ended up getting 2 huge returns, plus he rushed for 222 yards.
Tawa will flank Ganji in the backfield. Back to the air. Romeo Doubs, one of the best names in college football, makes a man miss and is ushered out of the 42. Troy Cassidy shoved him out of bounds, but not before Nevada picked up its first down.
I was talking to Eric Scott, the wide receivers coach, before the game, and he loves Romeo Doubs. True freshman out of Jefferson High in L.A., and I think that's what they have to do. They have to make plays on the perimeter tonight. They have to make the San Diego State corners tackle. And if they break a tackle with everyone jammed in the box, they might take it to the house.
First touch of the game for Toa Tawa. Bottled up. No gain on the play. On Yuku with the hit.
And then there's that no gain on first down, which you hate to hear if you're Nevada. I like when they come out throwing it, though.
Well, both teams to the air. We expected a hefty dose. The ground attack on both sides.
And I think this is the best formation for Nevada tonight. 2 by 2, 2 receivers on each side.
Ron Smith, outstanding coverage against Doubs. You think about this for a second too, Tom. San Diego State, all 6 of its wins by 2 touchdowns or less. And here you are right now, their largest lead since way back on September 22nd. In the victory against Eastern Michigan some 4 weeks. A lot of close calls for the Aztecs this year. So far tonight, that has not been the case. Third and 10. A conservative call as Tawa slips before the line. Will bring up 4th down.
Well, and they might have checked to that based on numbers and what Ty Ganji saw. he might have had pass called, and just they didn't have a lot of numbers in the box. They really only had 5 guys. They were off the ball. The linebackers were pretty deep, expecting pass. Ganji might have just checked that, and not the greatest call. They got to punt it away again.
Big number 95, Noble Hall, did a great job to blow that one up. It's Conaway's punt. It'll be whistled dead at the 1-yard line. Well, a punt of 58 yards. Quinn Conaway has been the biggest weapon for Nevada thus far. Timeout on the field as we step aside. Conaway getting the job done. Wolfpack defense needs to stand tall. Mackey Stadium here in Reno, Nevada. 14-0 San Diego State out in front of the Wolfpack. Aztecs have won 6 in a row. Nevada off a road victory at Hawaii 1 week ago. The Tom Ramsey, Roy Philpott. First carry of the night for Chance Bell. Hit down hard at the line by Sewell.
Yeah, Sewell did a great job that time filling the gap, and that's what they need. Jeff Castile talked to us yesterday just about what that defense, they want to fit on run schemes. They want to have gap integrity. Sewell comes up from his safety position and just fills the hole. Man, that's a great play by number 6.
Nephi Sewell, his brother Gabe, also plays for the Wolfpack. Younger brother's a starting tackle at Oregon. He's at Arizona tonight. Agnew's off to a great start, 8 for 11. Dangerous toss, incomplete, 3rd and long upcoming. Ryan Agnew, 8 for 11 for 117 yards and 2 touchdowns. And a flag on the field, 2 yards deep in the end zone.
Holding, offense, number 79. The foul occurred in the end zone. The result of the enforcement, a safety.
Deshaun Dixon called for the hold in the end zone. That results in 2 points, and that's almost as good as a turnover.
You don't see it often, but what made the play was a special teams punt downed inside the 5, and then Reggie Smith, the referee, right on top of this, because watch number 79. He'll get his arms wrapped around a defender, and it happens in the end zone. Right there is, once he's in the end zone, he puts his team at risk, and sure enough, the flag comes out and a safety. And like you said, Roy, that's a big win right there for Nevada.
2 points, and now San Diego State will have to kick off from its own 20-yard line.
You mentioned the Sewell brothers. Penne, the youngest brother, the little brother, 6'6", 345-pounder on that offensive line of Oregon.
And the youngest, we are told, is going to be a 5-star prospect as well. So you want to talk about a football family. Gabe, Nephi, and on down the line.
Kind of like the Baldinger brothers when I was playing coming out of college. Big Game Rich, Brian Baldinger, and Gary, all those Balding brothers playing big ball.
And the kickoff sails out of bounds. So Nevada set to have really good field position. Back-to-back miscues by San Diego State. And by the way, a great call by our veteran officiating crew. And you can stream college football all season long on ESPN Plus. Start your free trial by downloading the ESPN app or by visiting ESPNplus.com today. Now's the time. You have the big reveal, the exclusive reveal, Tuesday at 7 o'clock on ESPN. The college football playoff rankings are set. Alabama and Clemson should be at the top. Notre Dame.
I'm excited to see it. Yeah, it's pretty predictable, I think, at this point.
Well, I think it is, but it's interesting to see who will be ranked, let's go 4 through 10, because those are the spots you got to believe we're going to see some significant movement in. Pass was intended for Caleb Fossum. And it's incomplete.
Well, and every year, you know, those, whatever the first four, I wouldn't want to be in the top four when the first rankings release is, when it comes out on Tuesday, because inevitably those teams start reading their press clippings and then someone hits them in the mouth. And then you're right, 4 through 10, that's a good place to be.
Ganji dumps it off. Tawa makes a move. Dives forward. It'll be 3rd down and 2 coming up. Baldwin the stop after the 8-yard gain.
Well, and Roy, Jay Norvell told us right now having a short 3rd and 2, they're not afraid to go for it on 4th down either. So just be aware that that's something they may do, and they have a little momentum now with the 2-point safety and having great field position here. You don't want to squander it.
Jay Norvell does not like to punt, and he will roll the dice in Reno, of course, tonight on 4th down. Ganji nearly lost it. Picks up the 1st down and a lot more. Ty Ganji. Brought down inside the 25 by Troy Cassidy, and I'm not sure if that's what he was supposed to do, but it worked out.
That's exactly what he was supposed to do. They were looking for Tawa on the inside give, and he gets met with just velocity by the linebacker there, but Ty Ganji pulling it. Just a great ball fake that time. QB keeper designed that way. Matt Mumme told me before the game, he said, hey, don't be surprised. Our guy's going to run a little bit more tonight.
And 3rd down and 2, a gain of 15. Wolfpack approaching the red zone. Ganji. Trying to spot his tight end, far side. Couldn't do it. Carter Wells, the intended receiver. Trenton Thompson had him blanketed.
Well, and Matt Mumme, the offensive coordinator, he has some experience playing against Rocky Long, as in 0 for 6, and he's never beat him. He was on his dad's staff, Hal, when they were at New Mexico State, and Rocky Long was the head coach at New Mexico. And then, of course, Matt, last year, losing the game against San Diego State. And you have to play what is unpredictable for San Diego State. You have to play against a team that's very good on defense, but hard to predict.
Tawa, spin move, flag on the field back at the 25. He'll gain 10 on 2nd down. Let's see about the penalty.
Boy, that's Tawa at his best right there, too. This may
Personal
come back.
foul, chop block, offense, number 62 and number 71. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, 2nd down.
So the chop block is this, Roy. When a player is engaged with a blocker, I'll guess that he's engaged with the left tackle, and if really, actually, that was not. He wasn't engaged with the guard at all. I actually disagree with the call. You cannot. The call is if you're engaged with a blocker, another player can't come in and block him as well, especially below the waist.
He'll float a screen pass. Tawa has it near side. Another move with blockers. There he goes. Tiptoeing down the sideline. Touchdown, Wolfpack. A 40-yard catch and run in Nevada. Right back in it after the safety. Well, you see why he's starting now. He looks like a grown man out there as a first-year player.
Well, you saw Rocky Long on the sideline, frustrated, but Tawa, this is like a design screen the whole way. They get a nice block by the lineman. Then the receivers take over and get guys locked up. And then Tawa just prancing down the sidelines. I don't think it was ever a doubt that he stepped out. I mean, those are great dance moves by number 35.
The agility at 5'9", 210. Impressive for a freshman.
Man, he's good. He is so good, his feet. The referees took a look at it already. It went up to the booth. That is such good running and such great balance and body control by that young man. He really is. I can't believe he's only a freshman in watching him. The point after is good, and now Nevada making a run, coming right back into this game. 14-10, and credit Tawa that time for getting them right back where they belong.
Well, he did have some Pac-12 offers coming out of high school, but Nevada did such a great job recruiting him and identifying him early. And, of course, there's ties to this program 2 grabs already, nearly 50 yards, and a score in a 14-9 game. He's fun to watch. You see why he's getting his first start tonight. Kelton Moore's been good this year. Junior running back from the Lone Star State, but Tao has been better. And you see his little brother back in 2010. And watching his little brother.
It was interesting. Toa Tao on signing day saying, he said, "Hey, I like my brother Vi did a great job. I'm not going to Reno. I'm not going to Nevada because my brother went there." He goes, "I want to start my own legacy at Nevada." And he was so impressed with Jay Norvell, and as many people are and many players are. He's such a player's coach, you know. And when I say that, he just has been so many places and parts of great programs and brings all that value to this team.
Bird's going to bring it out. Fastest player for the Aztecs. Spun around, tripped up at the 20. I think he surprised everyone with that return. San Diego State will take over. Really have only stopped themselves tonight. You saw the safety moments ago. Nevada capitalizing. We got a brand new game. 5 seconds left in the first.
Yeah, it's interesting how the kicking game can sway a game so many times. But again, it's the attention to detail. Jay Norvell focusing on all 3 facets. They put a ton of effort and work into special teams, and it paid off for them.
Chase Jasmine, the running back, I formation. It's a throwback kind of offense for San Diego State. And that time Jasmine sent backwards. He'll lose a yard. Corey Rush got there first. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
This is the end of the first.
To begin the second quarter, the Aztecs impressive and Nevada bouncing back.
Well, they've done a great job. The special teams play, and Toa Tao stepping it to the end zone.
Well, this season, for every field goal, an extra point made by participating universities, All-State will make a contribution to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, All-State. Back in the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada. And a good one brewing in the rough and rugged Mountain West Conference. 14-9, San Diego State leading the Wolfpack, and the Aztecs with the football. 2nd down and long. Across the middle, a dangerous pass looking for Jordan Bird. 3rd and 11.
And it was a dangerous pass at that. Ryan Agnew looked as though he double clutched it before he threw it to Bird. And right now that Nevada defense captured some momentum with the safety and then the score by Tawa. And right now they can do some things on defense. They can do a little zone blitz. Jeff Castile, of course, wanting to mix it up on the quarterback Agnew.
Agnew, high risk, high reward when you talk to San Diego State's coaches. We'll get it to Waring, his tight end. And he'll be stopped 3 yards short of the line he needed to gain. So Nevada's defense is going to hold as Baber made the stop on the massive tight end Waring.
That's a nice play. Nice play by Baber, because Waring does outsize him by about 60 pounds. And, you know, they tried to get a little underneath ball to Waring. That's a really nice stop there by the Nevada defense.
Heiklin to punt this one away. McLean Mannix makes a diving reception near the 22. That's a gain of 51, or a punt of 51. And the Wolfpack will take over with momentum. You go back to that safety at the end of the first quarter, and things have really fallen in Nevada's favor since then.
And again, I think Nevada has to come out. They got to throw on first down, even though it might risk an incompletion. I think this is when you have to, you know, take some chances.
Mentioned the safety moments ago, the penalty in the end zone, the hold. And then after the ensuing kickoff went out of bounds, Toa Tao tiptoeing down the sideline to make this a one-score game. And on first down, Romeo Dobbs, a nifty move, and a gain of 10. So Ty Ganji's starting to find his rhythm, as is this offense.
Well, and Roy, there it is. First down passing, quick little hitch route out to Dobbs. And so it's an easy, high percentage throw and catch. And then once Dobbs has the ball in his hands, he's an aggressive runner. He can make people miss, and he has the speed to get you 30, 40 yards, and even the possibility of taking it down the sideline for a score.
Tiptoeing Tawa down the sideline. You got to love that. Elijah Cooks on the quick screen. Sent out crossing the 35 by Tariq Thompson.
Elijah Cooks is an interesting story, too. Eric Scott, the wide receivers coach, was telling me before the game, some of the Pac-12 schools were looking at him as a potential tight end. And then when Eric Scott went to go recruit him out of Atascadero High along the Central Coast there in California, he said, he goes, I saw him play basketball. And that was a whole different deal. I knew he'd be a great wide receiver.
Toa, sandwich. He'll lose a couple, and that'll bring up 3rd down and long. To Zeno, first time we've called his name tonight, 44 in white. He's had 27 tackles his last 2 games, another one there. And boy, he's been awfully impressive in league play.
Well, Kiava Tizino is a tackling machine. I mean, he runs through the A-gap and then just chases down Tawa into the backfield, and they lose a yard there, didn't they?
They did. 3rd down and 9. They lost a couple. Kelton Moore checking in for the first time, along with Tal in the backfield flanking Ganji. Wolfpack trying to keep momentum on their side. Trying to set up the screen, and Moore was covered quickly. And San Diego State, a solid job defensively after yielding that first down.
Well, Tizino, he was the one that fell back. They had a little zone blitz, and Tizino backed out of it and was responsible for the first out on the back. And sure enough, he was there covering Moore. And good thing the pass fell incomplete for Nevada.
4th down and 9. Conaway has already blasted a couple of punts. More than 55 yards tonight. Jordan Bird will watch it bounce. And a Wolfpack hop all the way down to the 12-yard line. So a punt of 68-58. That one goes for 55. The double nickel. Aztec football when we come back.
Mayhem begins. The College Football Playoff Top 25 Ranking Show. Tuesday at 7 on ESPN.
Well, the exclusive reveal coming up in just over 2 days. Back in Reno, 14-9. San Diego State leading Nevada. Tom Ramsey, Roy Philpott inside Mackey Stadium. Aztecs football. And Agnew, a nice job of the ball fake. Sails that one out of bounds. Interesting day today in college football. Clemson destroys Florida State. Notre Dame, a convincing win against Navy out in San Diego, ironically. But we saw USF go down to Houston. We saw Kentucky storm back against Missouri. And this is the time of year, around the time of the first reveal for the playoff rankings, again coming up on Tuesday, where you start to see some upsets.
I think what made your day, Kristen Wilkins scored a touchdown. The defensive lineman for Clemson just barreling over for a score in that Florida State game.
Our AP Top 10 presented by Chick-fil-A. Clemson poured it on in Tallahassee, just its 3rd win against the Seminoles down in the Florida Panhandle in the last 20 years. And 3rd down and long coming up after the run by Chance Bell, but more upsets are going to happen.
For an injured player.
And right now you only have Bama, Clemson, Notre Dame, and UCF as the 4 remaining undefeated teams. 2 from the Power 5, Notre Dame, which is essentially in the Power 5. And then the Knights of Central Florida. So curious to see if those teams can continue to run the table. And if not, who's positioned to step up and maybe take their place.
Well, and you mentioned UCF. The other ones, it's not hard to go, okay, well, yeah, Notre Dame and Clemson and Alabama all having great seasons. They really are. And, but again, Roy, when those rankings, when the college football playoff rankings come out on Tuesday, people kind of go, wow, yeah, great, we're number 1, or hey, we're number 2. And I know Nick Saban, he doesn't want to hear the talk.
Calls their first timeout of the half.
Timeout on the field. Rat poison is what you want to be afraid of if you're a Bama fan.
ESPN College Football Brought to you by Kraft Macaroni and Cheese, the part of parenting that's impossible to mess up.
We're assuming they're punting.
11:39 remaining in our first half here in Reno. Tom Ramsey, Roy Philpott, 14-9 our score. Rocky Long and company with the lead on the road and facing 3rd and long on this play. Jay Norvell, year number 2, trying to rebuild this Nevada program. Win tonight would really go a long way towards bowl eligibility. Backside pressure. Agnew steps up and releases one deep. And it is broken up at the 40. Jamon Dotson, the senior corner. Solid coverage deep down the field.
Jamon Dotson, what a great story. He was a running back at the University of Washington, and he had in his career 300 yards rushing for the Huskies, and he even made 11 tackles. He made the transition to corner. He graduated with a sociology degree out of UW and then came to Nevada. And just a great play by him down the sideline.
Punt team back on the field. McLean Mannix from his 36. Fastest guy for the Wolfpack, and there's the speed. Makes a move and hit down hard at the 48 after a punt of 51. Nevada in business.
Well, we see how important special teams is, and so far Jay Norvell and the Wolfpack, their team has been spot on in special teams in flipping the field. And, you know, again, just a great return that time by the Wolfpack.
Nevada takes over. Devontae Lee will check in the contest for the first time. Number 2 in silver for Ty Gange's club. Senior quarterbacks had an impressive final campaign. And with great field position, let's see if Nevada tries to get aggressive. Punishing run by Lee. Shoved out near midfield. Who impressed you today overall, if you had to name one team that perhaps made a statement of sorts?
How about one team, one player? How about Georgia and Jake Fromm? I thought the rebound that he had after the loss to LSU, Jake Fromm, he threw some balls today, Roy, that were just darts. And I thought Jim Chaney, the offensive coordinator for Georgia, I thought he had a great game plan, and they put it on the Gators.
Kelton Moore brought down to the 45, will be brought down 2 yards short of the first down. It'll bring up 3rd and short. Ronley Lakalaka with that initial contact. Fromm on 3rd down was really impressive. A lot of those touchdowns and those big-time throws came on 3rd down where the balance of the game was still very much in doubt. That's what blew me away.
You know what I always say? Accuracy counts for a quarterback, and he was really good. He put it on guys. Going Wildcat.
Devontae Lee calls for it. And the hammer near side. Gets to the edge. That's a first down. There goes Lee. When it takes 5 different Aztecs to finally bring him down to the turf. Another punishing run for the 5'8", 230-pound freshman.
Yeah, he's a big cup of water there for sure. And Devontae Lee mixing in the Wildcat, taking the direct snap from center, and then just a punishing run and not going down there by the would-be tackler. Darren Hall just runs right over Hall.
Now Wolfpack have utilized the Wildcat formation almost like it's 2005 this year. They'll run Lee or Tawa and keep going back to the well. You called him a tall drink of water there. He elected not to do it as Dubs couldn't catch up to that pass from Gange. It'll bring up 2nd down.
No, but I love what Gange did that time. He threw the ball so early. The ball was out of his hands with great anticipation and just a little wide for Dubs. But what it tells me, Roy, he trusts his receivers, and they trust him.
That's what you would expect for a senior quarterback that's bounced around and now understands the concepts of Matt Mumme and Jay Norvell's offense. Not to mention Timmy Chang on this staff, the former Hawaii quarterback. You can only imagine what the conversations are like in the offseason trying to brainstorm what the 2018 version of this offense will look like. And even going into next year, they've already won 4 games this year, 3 wins last year. They expect even more, I would think, in 2019.
Oh, I would think so. They're continuing to recruit well and get their guys. And, you know, once Ty Ganji leaves, it'll be tough to fill those shoes. And if you're a quarterback and want to play in the air raid, take a look at Nevada.
Kelton Moore, the running back. Ganji with a clean pocket. And a bobbling reception made by O'Leary Orange, who takes it to the house. Touchdown, Nevada. Wow.
Well, Nevada does have the loudest cannon in the country, without a doubt. But O'Leary Orange, you only get credit for one catch on this, Roy. Just telling you, but he stays with it. He stays with it right there. His eyes stay on it. He gets hit. He's still able to do it. Parker Baldwin drilled him, and he has the wherewithal to pull it in, and then just the nose for the end zone gets over for the Wolfpack.
Brendan O'Leary Orange went off a year ago against these same Aztecs. Extra point try is no good, but Nevada with its first lead of the night. He was knocked out against Oregon State earlier this year, was carried off the field on a stretcher, now bouncing back. His third touchdown grab of the season. And Nevada with all kinds of momentum now with its first lead. Big touchdown grab by Brendan O'Leary Orange moments ago. Wolfpack with their first lead back in Rito. 8:50 remaining. Fast-moving first half. Tom Ramsey, Roy Philpott. Wolfpack in business. San Diego State, in the midst of this 6-game winning streak, has trailed in each and every one of those games as Bird takes it around the left side, short of the 20. And don't forget, Week 8 Monday Night Football matchup has Tom Brady and company in Buffalo to take on the Bills. Brady, just 3 losses in 31 career starts against Buffalo. 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 Pacific over on ESPN, and simulcast on ESPN2 in Spanish. Of course, on the ESPN app. Coverage starts with Monday Night Countdown at 6, served by Applebee's.
Tom Brady just assaulting the AFC East again.
Chance Bell, a nifty run. Brought down just short of the 25. It's a gain of 7.
I'm thinking Rex Ryan. I just think he has nightmares of Tom Brady. I mean, from the Jets,
the whole AFC
and
East,
the Bills.
Yes.
Oh yeah, oh no, that guy again.
Flag on the field, back at the 28. 1-point game, an interesting contest. Two teams playing contrasting styles this evening.
Foul. Hands to the face. Defense, number 54. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the first down.
Sophomore from LA, Chris Green, will cost the Wolfpack, and he'll promptly check out.
Yeah, it's amazing. You have the hands to the face penalty, and you get invited to the sideline. Hey, come on over, Chris. Let's talk about this. You just can't get the hands up into the grill, into the face mask. That's a penalty every time. Nice call.
That happens here in our broadcast booth just about each and every week. Agnew, pressure, gets rid of it. First down, San Diego State. You want to talk about the ball coming out on time. There you see it once again. Pitch and catch. As Macklin makes a grab and a gain of 18.
Yeah, great concentration by Macklin. You're right. The ball comes out early. Otherwise, Malik Reed has Agnew sacked, and really a nice catch in between defenders. And Gabriel Sewell was there to finish him off.
Aztecs receivers, good size. We're seeing that on display tonight. Trailing by a point. Busby on the jet sweep, brought down behind the line. Corey Rush, the vocal leader of this Nevada defense. Coaching staff told us this week, Jeff Castile said he's a grinder, and you saw that on display.
He is a grinder. He just kind of keeps chugging along, and you know, they got a couple really special players on defense, Roy. One guy, Malik Reed, we haven't called his name a lot. He's a captain, number 90, and I think all of a sudden you get into the second, third down situations. Keep an eye on number 90.
After a loss of 3, Bell motions out. Agnew with time. Lofts it deep. And the pass is broken up, looking for Tim Wilson. Daniel Brown. Outstanding coverage.
Nice play by Brown. Really nice man-to-man coverage. Out of the South Bay, Narbonne High, down in L.A. And, that's just great ball skills there. He gets his eyes turned again right at the last moment. And when you do that, the flag never comes out as long as you get your head around it.
Daniel Brown, best cover corner on this team, according to defensive play caller Jeff Castile. Now a timeout will be called.
Nevada calls their first timeout of the half.
So the Wolfpack with 2 remaining, under 7 to go in our first half.
And I think a really good use of a timeout there. Make sure
this will be a 30-second timeout.
You have a really good opportunity here to make a stop on third down, make San Diego State punt it away, and you're probably going to get it in decent field position. You had a great return the last time, and you have a chance to put some more points on the board. And you said it a moment ago, Roy, Nevada started to capture some momentum. They got a little wind in their sails, and all of a sudden, Jay Norvell, he's waiting for just that magic moment. They lost against Boise State. They had a chance into the fourth quarter. He said, we were so close. And you and I think, they should have won the game. And they lost to Fresno State as well. And those were the last 2 times out prior to the Hawaii game. And they rebounded nicely. But this is a great opportunity game for Nevada.
Bell in the backfield on 3rd and long. Here comes the heat. Agnew steps up. Buys some time. Busby makes a diving catch. And that's going to be good enough to move the sticks. And a gain of 14 on 3rd and 13. All 5-6 of B.J. Busby was needed there.
And that is, Reed was the one chasing Agnew. And somehow Ryan Agnew, that right there is the play of I think the first half, because he's under duress and somehow finds Busby. Busby made a nice catch, but that was a heck of a throw.
That's what Rocky Long has said. He mentioned that to us several times this week. Chance Bell will pick up 8, almost 9. We asked him about Ryan Agnew, and I said, he's kind of a game manager. And he said, well, he makes big plays in critical moments. 3rd down and 9 against San Jose State, he comes up with a big play. And it's been that way in all 6 of his starts now.
Officials timeout for an injured player.
Well, he understands the Rocky Long way of doing things. Don't turn the ball over.
Gabe Sewell walking off under his own power, number 7 in silver. Junior from St. George, Utah. Mentioned the bloodlines with his family. Very talented football family.
Will the clock operator please reset the clock to 6 minutes, 5 seconds.
What's remarkable about Ryan Agnew,
And the clock will start on the ready for play.
he took over for a guy that went, 24-7. He's like the all-time winningest starter for San Diego State. Christian Chapman, who's been on the shelf with an MCL sprain. He suffered earlier against Sacramento State, but Ryan Agnew has come in. They haven't missed a beat with him at quarterback.
Parker Houston in motion on 2nd and short. Deep give, first down San Diego State. Chance Bell again was showing that speed. The first game he played was a week ago against San Jose State. Really hadn't seen the field before then, and now he's being utilized a lot.
Now 15 carries, 81 yards against San Jose State. Yeah, they're going to do it by committee. Right there, Roy, though, they do the short motion with Parker Houston. They outnumber Nevada at the point of attack because they've got the fullback lead as well. And all of a sudden, they put a hat on a hat, and then Chance Bell just explodes through the hole. Again, Parker Houston with that short motion, giving them numbers to the left side.
And give it to Bell. Off left tackle in a short pickup. Give him 2 on first down. Approaching 5 to play in our first half. Well played game so far.
Yeah, it really has been. Fotofili, true freshman, coming over to make the hit that time on Bell. And, this is where Nevada has to step up a little bit, play a little third down or play a little red zone defense and try to keep San Diego State out. But San Diego State's really good in the red zone. They don't miss their scoring opportunities.
Hey, what is this on the field? It kind of looks like a huddle. I don't know that we've seen a lot of that this year. It's a lost art, the old pigskin. Offset eye, Bell remains in the game. They'll float this to the end zone and incomplete. That play never had a chance. Jamon Dotson with outstanding coverage.
Jamon Dotson's really, really a good player. I didn't realize, watching him in person, he's better in person than on film. He's pretty good on film, but all of a sudden you see his hips open up, his head gets turned around. Again, the former running back transfer from Washington, and it's hard to make that transition from tailback to corner. But again, his ball skills are really, really good.
And confusion on the personnel grouping here for the Aztecs. Play clock winding down. They're going to have to utilize a timeout. So the 10th play of the drive coming up. San Diego State
calls for their second timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
Trailing by a point. It's been an entertaining game in the Mountain West Division. And here we are knocking on the door of Halloween, the 1st of November, and these conference games matter as much as they do all season. Aztecs undefeated in the league, in control of their Mountain West Conference Championship game destiny, and Nevada trying to inch closer towards bowl eligibility.
Well, and Roy, I think if you're Nevada, you know who you have to beat, and it's the teams, right? Fresno State, San Diego State. They teed off with Boise State a couple weeks ago. And when you really look at it, the cream of the Mountain West crop has been San Diego State and Boise State. If you want to win a championship, you got to go through Boise or San Diego. And then now Fresno State's having a little something to say for it. Jeff Tedford really has it going. But right now, Jay Norvell with the opportunity on defense to stop them 3rd and 8. They have not been good on 3rd and 6+.
Waring and Wilson to the top of your screen. Towards the end zone, Trevelyan can't reel it in. Fred Trevelyan, the intended target on 3rd down and long. That'll force a field goal for the Aztecs. And let's see what Rocky Long decides to do here.
Well, I think he put points on the board. Red zone offense, San Diego State has been very good. Number 1 in the Mountain West Conference, 12th in the country, and it's because of John Barron. Hands down, one of the best kickers in the country.
You see the numbers. He's only missed 2 attempts in 15 tries. This one from 26. Has outstanding accuracy and strength. That one splits the pipes. Aztecs back in front. Rocky Long said this week, if someone doesn't pay John Barron a lot of money, they're making a mistake. You see why there. Beautiful night for college football. 4 days away from Halloween. The month of November, trick or treat. The Aztecs on the road, a 2-point advantage here in the West Division of the Mountain West Conference. Tom Ramsey, Roy Philpott, a fun start. And Rocky Long with an eye on the clock as always. They're eating up time, chewing time off the clock like he likes to do, Tom. And business as usual for the Aztecs.
Keep an eye on the clock. What are you going to be for Halloween, Philpott? I know you already got your...
Well, I think after Christian Wilkins scored the touchdown today, I may go as big number 42. I don't know. That was a lot of fun watching that.
There you go.
Wolfpack will take over at the 25. And tell you what, the touchdowns, impressive tonight for the Wolfpack. First one going to Toatawa at the end of our first quarter. That made it a 14-9 game after momentum switched hands on a safety just minutes before that. And then the Wolfpack finding ways to get the job done. O'Leary Orange caught that one how many times? 3 or 4 different occasions before reaching the end zone. And then you mentioned it too as we went out to break. That was a big stand by the defense for Nevada to force that field goal. And I would agree with that assessment. Tawa sheds 1 tackler, maybe 2, and he'll net 2 on that play.
Well, Tawa does not go down easily. We've seen that. We saw it on film. Watching him, especially last week against Hawaii. Had a great game. 18 carries, 126 yards. Ran the Wildcat. I mean, he even throws passes, and he's a good receiver out of the backfield. I just think, Roy, they just have put the pressure on the San Diego State defense, and they've kept them on their heels a little bit.
We'll set up the screen. The first grab for Caleb Fossum, and he's met with authority by Kyrie Woods, who laid the wood on that hit. It'll be 3rd down and long.
Kyrie Woods with great play recognition there, knowing they're going to get the ball after the flat quickly, and he just comes flying up. You're right, he just lays the wood there.
Now, Rocky Long still calls the defensive plays this year, but the defensive coordinator, Zach Arnett, has a big say in what's happening as well. And that was good coaching and quick recognition, as you mentioned.
Well, Zach Arnett, of course, played for Rocky Long at New Mexico.
And on 3rd down, Ganji, pressure. Had to get rid of it in a hurry. Tizino is making a beeline for the quarterback.
Well, Tizino, the top tackler for San Diego State, and really coming unblocked there off the edge, and such a good motor, number 44. See him coming unblocked, and Ganji did the right thing, get rid of it, and Tizino did the right thing, lay off him once you hit him so you don't draw a penalty.
Conaway has had himself quite a first half. This punt came out like a knuckleball. San Diego State, Tom, with outstanding field position. Less than 3 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Punt of 38 yards. And don't forget, coming up Tuesday on ESPN, we'll have the exclusive reveal of the first college football playoff. Top 25 rankings of this season. 7 Eastern as Reese Davis and company break it all down from top to bottom, along with the brand new committee chairman, Rob Mullins. And, of course, live on the ESPN app. Presented by Allstate. Bama 1, Clemson 2. You're higher on Notre Dame than most. You like the Fighting Irish maybe to slip in there at that 2nd spot, perhaps.
Yeah, I do like Notre Dame. I think they've had a really tough schedule. They get everyone's very best each and every week, and taking nothing away from the other programs, I just like Notre Dame and what they're doing right now. All 3 phases.
Well, another upset just went down in Stillwater, Oklahoma. The Pokes upset UT. So Texas now with 2 losses. That hurts the Big 12. Agnew rolls out and spots a man open as Busby scoots forward for the first down, and check that Chance Bell with the grab and a gain of 15.
Well, San Diego State just possessing 1 timeout, Roy, but taking big advantage right there of field position and then the play call. And again, Jeff Horton, the offensive coordinator, really has packaged some nice drives together, long drives with good mix of run and pass.
Bell spun around, hit forward, the 45 by Gabe Sewell.
And when you look at San Diego State, they play in such a condensed formation so much of the game. There's a look at Jeff Horton, former Nevada head coach at one time back in 1993.
And he still loves this area. He loves the Silver State and gave us a lot of kind words about this program in our conversations with him this week.
Yeah, longtime assistant, but also has been a head coach at UNLV.
Agnew, a pump fake, now delivers one deep. And a flag on the field looking for Kobe Smith. There was contact. And that'll either be pass interference or holding against Nevada.
Yeah, they're going to call pass interference on Sewell, number 6, and really no reason to, because both players were out of bounds. But Reggie Smith, I'm sure, will tell us.
Defense, number 6. That's the 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, an automatic first down.
Nephi Sewell, the guilty party. But to your point, you wonder if the pass was catchable.
Yeah, I thought Agnew did a great job of extending the play, getting out of the pocket, and then Sewell just didn't get his head around in time, and Smith had him beat had he stayed in bounds. But again, the mix that Horton has put together for San Diego State, they've just been very good on offense tonight.
They'll fake the jet sweep. Now looking for Waring, the tight end. Touchdown, Aztecs. And a player that has improved drastically Since his freshman campaign, he's added about 30 pounds, a former walk-on. Kahale Waring, the score.
Kahale Waring, and why wouldn't you throw to a guy 6'6", Roy? You have to ask yourself, but right there they get him down the sideline, and all of a sudden it's a 50-50 ball. Kahale Waring, 5 targets tonight, 4 receptions, 2 touchdowns. And how about Ryan Agnew? 13 of 21, 203, and 3 scores.
And honestly, he looks like a different player than what we saw just a week ago in the 3-point win against San Jose State. His confidence building by the play.
Well, Rocky Long has said, his team is young and inconsistent, and tonight they look more veteran and more consistent. And, he said, hey, we're not a top 25 team. We're not good enough. And I said, Coach, I beg to differ. He said, well, Tom, you have your opinion. And he chuckled. But I think, they have been so good. And again, I told you a moment ago, we went to break. If you're playing against Rocky Long, you better have one eye on the clock at all times. San Diego State doing a great job between run and pass. Great mix right there by Jeff Horton, the OC. And Rocky Long, anytime you're playing against him, I guarantee you got to keep it on the clock because he's watching the clock.
He was asked about being Group of 5 representative, top 25 team earlier this week. He would have none of it with us and with the media covering the Aztecs football program.
Yeah, I tap the armor a little bit. I know where to tap him. And I had him laughing, which is a remarkable achievement. And he gets right back to being serious. Okay, Tom, what do you really want to know?
Well, here's what he said, and I don't want to say he's sandbagging, but it kind of feels that way when you watch him play tonight.
Well, when you flip on the film.
We don't deserve to be in the top 25. We don't play good enough to be in the top 25.
And then there's just that death stare afterwards, like, I dare you to ask me another question like that.
Oh, no, he's challenging the media in San Diego. Do you disagree with me? And I'll tell you why. And he'll have a whole litany of answers why, because he flips on the film the next morning.
Ronley Laka poked that one away at the last second. As Ganji went quickly at the line, it'll be second down.
What he does love to talk about are his linebackers blitzing. And 39, Laka, and 44, Tazzino might be 2 of the better linebackers Rocky Long has ever had. And he's had some really good players, but they are extremely good at getting to the passer.
Pocket collapses. Ganji tried to dump it off to Elijah Cooks. And right at the kneecaps, could not corral it. So momentum changing hands again. It was the safety that gave it to Nevada. Wolfpack took their first lead, and now the Aztecs have battled back with 2 quick scores.
Yep, and I think it's imperative for Nevada, maybe not to get on the board here, but at least, try to get, it's hard to get a first down, 3rd and 10. But if you can get one here, now you can get moving.
Pressure, they'll set up the screen. Kelton Moore dropped it. And that play was going to be blown up even if he was able to reel it in. Anthony Luke sniffed that one out.
Yep, they're trying to run slow screen against San Diego State. That's awfully tough by them. And you're right, they did have the plan that time. They were looking for it. And Nevada just unable to dial up a first down.
3 and out for the Wolfpack offense. Quentin Conway back on the field. Jordan Bird back deep to receive. And a Wolfpack bounce. It'll be blown dead at the 29. 1:09 remaining after the 45-yard punt from Conway. And we'll see if San Diego State wants to get aggressive here on what could be their final possession of the half.
Well, they can. They still have one timeout available to them. And why wouldn't you, with a guy like John Barron on your sideline, the kicker, who's been 22 of 24 in his career on the road. I mean, and last week he hit a 51-yarder for the winning score against San Jose State.
Halle Waring with 2 touchdown receptions in this first half, his first 2 of the season, wide open early. And then in traffic moments ago, the pitch, catch, and run into pay dirt. Back to live action. Agnew on the screen. And a quality play on first down all the way into Nevada territory. Chase Jasmine picks up 23, and there's a flag on the field.
Well, and San Diego State does touche. They run the slow screen to Jasmine and pick up a nice play, but I think it's going to come back.
Busy first half for Reggie Smith and company.
Personal foul, illegal block below the waist. Offense number 79. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, first down.
So Deshaun Dixon whistled for the safety in the first quarter. Now the block in the back.
Yeah, well, he actually hit below the waist. Actually, the block on Dixon is that he went low on the defender right there. You can't cut a defender in the open field anymore. It's all a player safety issue. The referees again with the correct flag.
On the draw, Jasmine will be brought down inbounds, and a timeout will be called by the Wolfpack with 52 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's a shame that penalty nullified a really nice play call, slow screen.
Nevada calls their second timeout of the half, 30 seconds.
Each team with 1 timeout remaining now, and I like the timeout by Jay Norvell, Nevada. Why not? You got to take your shots. You got to exhaust every chance you have against the Rocky Long team.
Now, Jay Norvell, veteran coach, 6 seasons in the NFL, stops at Wisconsin, Iowa, Oklahoma, UCLA, Nebraska, Arizona State, and just about everywhere else. And he really has done a nice job formulating his offensive approach with the veteran coaching staff he has on that side of the football. And 3-9 in year 1, 4 wins already this year, and you can see and feel the improvement here in Reno.
Yeah, when you mention those teams, Roy, I mean, they're all blue chip programs, right? But when you know who those coaches are that he trained under at all those programs, it's a list of Hall of Fame coaches.
Jasmine will pick up the first down, brought down by Lucas Weber. It's a pickup of 13 yards, and now the Aztecs with a little mojo and 1 timeout to work with. Clock winds. Agnew. Well, he is quick out of the pocket. Lofts that one out of bounds.
Yeah, veteran play by Agnew again. I mean, just doing the right thing with the ball. Just try to find someone breaking open down the sideline that can get out of bounds. Not there, throw it out of bounds.
Well, he's thrown for 3 touchdown passes tonight, had 4 on the season coming in. So quite a performance for the junior from Southlake, Texas, and Carroll High School.
Yeah, after last week, 7 of 11, 86 yards. Christian Chapman on the sideline, still out with an MCL sprain. They do hope to get him back soon.
Agnew steps up, voids the rush, and will live to see another down.
And if you're Rocky Long, that's a good problem to have. You got 2 really good quarterbacks, and now Ryan Agnew is a mighty fine player, and he doesn't make mistakes with the football, and that's a hallmark of Coach Long's teams. But again, Christian Chapman, hard to argue with his 24-7 record as a starter. I just think that's so impressive.
Mentioned the sprained MCL suffered against Sacramento State. Rocky Long may have a decision to make next week. And the handoff, Jasmine into plus territory. Did the ball pop out? I believe it did. 17 seconds remaining. Nevada comes out of there with it.
It's a fumble recovered by the defense. First down.
Sam Hammond with the recovery. And Jasmine just lost the handle on it right before he hit the turf.
Well, and we may not, I don't know if we're going to see Jasmine in the second half, because that is a fatal error by a San Diego State running back. Jeff Horton just said, we do not lay the ball on the ground. If you do, you know the penalty. And credit that Nevada defense. They just strip it out. But right now, Ty Ganji with really good field position.
Ganji on first down. Wants it all. Throws it deep. Incomplete. O'Leary Orange, the intended target. Ron Smith in coverage. It was 17 on 17.
Yeah, Ron Smith, again, really nice job in man-to-man coverage on an island over there in the 3-by-1 formation. 3 wides to one side, the near side, which is the wide side, and then O'Leary Orange up top going single. Now they got a safety over the top.
10 seconds remaining. Wolfpack with a timeout. Ganji fires it across the middle. Nearly picked off. That was double coverage. Caleb Fossum, the receiver in the area. And Baldwin and company right there ready and waiting.
Yeah, Parker Baldwin almost got an interception here. He jumps the route. And I didn't think Fossum saw the ball. He didn't see it as well as Parker Baldwin did, that's for sure. Baldwin, the veteran back there in the secondary.
On third down, Ganji cocks and fires. That'll be a first down.
This is the end
But the final play of our second quarter. A gain of 17, all for naught. And the Aztecs will take a 24-15 advantage into the break. San Diego State has won 14 straight when leading at the half, 50-9 under Rocky Long. And they'll take a 9-point advantage here into the locker room in Reno. Halftime report after this. Halftime continues. Aztecs with a 24-15 lead against Nevada. Tom Ramsey, Roy Philpott, and San Diego State grinding out 321 yards of total offense in the first 2 quarters. And the first of 2 scoring strikes to Kahale Waring. This one coming in the first quarter. Aztecs on the scoreboard first. It took a while for Nevada to settle in, but it finally happened defensively on a hold in the end zone by Deshaun Dixon, resulting in 2 points, and then the Wolfpack took over.
Well, they really did, and it was really field position swung because of a great special teams play. Nevada was able to get the ball to Toa Taua, and Toa Taua did a great job sidestepping, tiptoeing down the sideline, and then O'Leary Orange with a nice run and catch. And boy, I tell you, he stayed with it, Roy, just made a fine grab and actually put them up. And then, of course, Ryan Agnew with a really nice throw again to Kahale Waring. And what a big target he is. It's been a good first half. SDSU up 24-15.
College football on ESPN presented by Dr. Pepper here in Reno, Nevada. Biggest little city in the world. 24-15. San Diego State on the road, trying to extend its 6-game win streak here inside Mackey Stadium, and a great start for Rocky Long's bunch. Nevada set to receive our second half kickoff. And the Wolfpack at 4-4, trying to get things moving in the right direction once again. So Nevada will take over 1st and 10 from its own 25 after the touchback. Tom Ramsey, Roy Philpott. Interesting first 2 quarters in the books, and Nevada now with work to do here at home.
Yeah, and it really was a game of momentum shifts, Roy, and I thought a couple special teams play, but again, Rocky Long's teams, they stop the run, they put offenses back on their heels, and then they play the clock, and Rocky Long is he's a master at it.
It's what Rocky Long does best. 70-30 in 100 career games for the Aztecs, and right now off to a solid start, trying to win their 7th game in a row. Ganji will set up the screen, and Taua makes a move and a hard hit, tiptoeing the sideline again, and that'll net 2 yards. Well, the Aztecs with 321 total yards in those first 2 quarters. Threw the ball more than we were expecting as well. Ryan Agnew's thrown for 3 touchdowns. He had 4 in 5 starts before tonight.
Yeah, Ryan Agnew, really a nice surprise, I think, for San Diego State because no one really expected him. I know Nevada didn't expect him to come out throwing, but they came out throwing on first down and a couple nice throws to the tight end Waring for touchdowns.
So officially after a gain of 3, 2 more on the slate for Tawa. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
And Ty Ganji is doing a good job as well. I think the ball, last year, Ty Ganji against San Diego State threw for a career high at the time, 414 yards on 33 of 54 passing. And Roy, remember, he had to go against Rashad Penny. I think you make hay. You have to be good on 3rd down against San Diego State. That's the only way you beat these guys.
3 receivers top of the screen for Ty Ganji, the senior. Fires it, floats it deep. And it'll be reeled in inside the 40. McLean Mannix, first reception of the night for number 1 in silver, and that's a gain of 42, and he toasted Ron Smith in the process.
Well, Mannix just had great position that time. They run a little inside wheel, and Mannix just stays with the ball. And again, running as fast as you can, trying to catch something falling out of the air with a dark background. It's awfully tough, but he makes a great play on the ball.
Originally committed to Vanderbilt in the recruiting process as a running back. They'll run a little double reverse action. Ganji with time, sideline. It's going to be caught. And that'll be a first down. Tawa tapped out around the 15-yard line. Oh, Halloween coming up in 4 nights. A little trick or treat, some trickeration for Nevada.
Well, and Ty Ganji just missed Romeo Doubs streaking down the middle of the field. No one was near him. And they fooled San Diego State all the way. Tawa making a nice play.
Elijah Cooks on the screen pass, keeps it alive. And it'll take 4 Aztecs to bring them down. It'll be 1st and goal for Nevada inside the 5.
So we always talk about momentum shifts. We always talk about adjustments at halftime. It appears that Nevada made some nice adjustments at half. They said, hey, listen, we're not going to slow down. Get ready, buckle up. We're going to go after them. And I love it on 3rd down. The play that got it going was a deep ball on 3rd down.
You got to believe it's Tawa time here. Instead, they'll fake it back to the end zone. And out of bounds, looking for Doubs. He reeled it in, but was clearly out with Smith in coverage.
Yeah, Ron Smith did a good job. He pushes Doubs out of bounds to make sure he doesn't come down. And right there, I thought they might hand the ball to Tawa, who's been so good between the tackles. He's been such a dynamic runner. But they do have their plan, and Doubs has been a big part of it tonight.
Wildcat formation as Devontae Lee checks in. He'll try the right side, upended, short of the goal line. 3rd and goal from the 2 upcoming.
Well, Tariq Thompson, one of the safeties, just made a great play on Devontae Lee. Gave away a few pounds there, but he made a nice tackle to keep Lee from getting into the end zone.
They're going to go Wildcat once more on 3rd down and goal. What could be the biggest play to start our 3rd quarter. Lee calls for it, gets it. Can he get to the end zone, to the edge? Touchdown, Nevada! Well, career high 2 touchdowns in the win at Hawaii with a Wildcat formation. His first of the night for 2 in silver, the freshman from Oklahoma City.
Well, Devontae Lee, nice job taking over the final play. 8 plays, 75 yards, 3:21 off the clock. Got ourselves a 1-score game here.
It's been a fun start in this one. Here in the West Division of the Mountain West Conference. Ahmed on for the point after. And Ramiz Ahmed connects. And we got a brand new ball game. 24-22, 11:39 remaining here in the 3rd. Wildcat formation. They're partying like it's 2005. And Devontae Lee getting the job done.
Well, and that drive, remember, kept alive Ty Ganji. to McLean. Mannix on third down, and just a great catch by Mannix. And, you know, credit the play calling again. Matt Mummy tossing the rock down the field on third down. I got to love it.
You just never know what to expect in this conference. We've seen Fresno State rise from the ashes under Jeff Tedford the last 2 seasons. You know what you expect from Boise State and these Aztecs. But Nevada, an upstart team under Jay Norvell, playing at home, trying to get to a bowl game in just his second season. There's other teams in this league. We saw Wyoming and Josh Allen the last 2 years make a nice run.
Well, and I think Jay Norvell's done the one thing that all those other coaches you mentioned have done too. He's put together a really good staff. Matt Mummy right behind him there, the offensive coordinator. Of course, he has Angus McClure, who he hired away from UCLA. Angus McClure is the offensive line coach and does a great job. And they've given Ty Ganji good protection tonight, Roy.
And Bird will kneel it down. He'll bring it out to the 25.
It's not easy to block San Diego State. They are in so many places defensively. And you know, again, the play calling, Matt Mummy, and what you have to do, you got to keep your foot on the pedal all night long. And if you're San Diego State, now you got to respond again. Ryan Agnew did a great job in the first half. He put up good numbers. He threw for over 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, career highs in completions and attempts, and again, 0 interceptions.
Chance Bell, the running back. Old school I formation. They'll shift it to the offset, and Bell, they'll fake the handoff. And Agnew, as he has done on many occasions tonight, tosses that one out of bounds. Now 14 of 25 through the air for over 200 yards and 3 scores.
They had great success in the first half running bootleg with Ryan Agnew. And, you know, again, it's flow and ball fake away, and then you come out to the backside. And right now, Rufus was the one that put the pressure on Agnew. They have a spy now on the backside anytime he comes flushing out on the opposite side of the play.
Here's Bell. Spun down at the 30 for a gain of 5. Lucas Weber the hit and the tackle.
Well, in San Diego State, the one thing they do, they stay patient. They don't get rattled. Rocky Long said that this week. Told us, he told the San Diego media as well, the national media. They've been in so many tight games, they just don't get nervous. They kind of stick to their plan. They trust their process. But again, third down is the key for San Diego State, Roy. 3rd and 5 or less, they nail it 56% of the time.
Agnew across the middle. Bell's got it. That'll be a San Diego State first down. Sewell the stop after a gain of 15. And a flag on the field far side. Sewell also injured once again. 7 in silver.
Illegal formation, offense, more than 4 in the backfield. 5-yard penalty for play third down.
So a lot happening on that play as Sewell hit the dirt.
And an official's timeout for an injured player.
For the second time tonight. And that would be a big loss if Gabe Sewell is unable to regain full health. Leading tackler and one of the leaders for Jeff Castile's unit.
Yes. Sewell got banged up in the first half too, Roy, and he just plays so hard. And that's a hard tackle. Can't really tell what happened there. He did get up, walking off now with trainers.
Well, instead of first down after the 3rd and 5 conversion, they'll push it back to the 25. It'll be 3rd and 10. And again, San Diego State in a position on 3rd and long where they have not been very efficient this season.
3rd and long, they're atrocious.
Reddy Vasquez checks in as the Aztecs fullback. Low snap, Agnew pressured and down he goes. Well, the Wolfpack got there in a hurry. Malik Reed led the charge. First time tonight we've called his name, but you were so impressed with him this week watching film?
Well, he gets off the ball as fast as any player in college football. He just times it well. He comes off the edge, and Agnew spins right into his arms. And again, Malik Reed he's a special player, all Mountain West Conference a year ago, and on his way to becoming a all Mountain West Conference again.
Tell you what, he took a leg in the chops and still brought down Agnew. Mannix keeps it alive and tackled hard short of the 35. Nevada with outstanding field position after a 42-yard punt. As we step aside, a 2-point game in the West Division of the Mountain West Conference, less than 10 to go here in the third. So first down and 10 for Nevada. So we'll keep it right here, and Ganji back on the field, and instead they'll go back to the Wildcat. Toatawa brought down quickly. He's going to lose a couple. Well, that's one thing. When you see the Wildcat, you got to believe your first thought is, well, they're going to run it. Because typically that's what the Wildcat formation does. Running back is the quarterback. He's going to take off after a brief delay, or if not instantaneously.
And he has thrown it, but right there, again, San Diego State blitzing the safety. Thompson off the edge, unblocked, into the backfield. And, Roy, those first down run stops at San Diego State that makes them, they deserve to be fifth in the country, giving up less than 90 yards per game.
After a loss of 3, they'll set up the screen. O'Leary Orange. Get a couple of those yards back. It'll bring up third down and long after the stop by Thompson and Smith. That was Tariq Thompson from that Warrior safety position. So an important play here. Nevada trying to climb back into it. Trail by 9 at halftime. That has been trimmed to just 2 in the third quarter.
Yeah, Nevada struggling a little bit, although they've been pretty good on third down tonight, 6 of 11. Of course, Ganji kept the last drive alive with a big third down throw.
Ganji with time after the pump fake. Across the middle, ahead to the 30. And O'Leary Orange with the grab is second on this possession. Fourth down upcoming after a gain of 10.
Yeah, and this is where Jay Norvell, no problem going for it on fourth down. San Diego State knows Jay Norvell is going to go for it on fourth down. And 4th and 3, you really have a wide open play sheet here. They're bringing in their heavy group, an extra tight end. It appears I thought they were going to run Wildcat for a second and get Ganji out of the way, but Ganji's taking the snap.
Big play in our second half. Ganji out of that pistol set off his back foot. Spots his tight end Carter Wells. That's good enough to move the chains. On 4th and 3, Nevada gains 10.
Well, Carter Wells just getting enough for the first down. Just a little sit-down route. And again, the ball comes out of Ganji's hand. He hits that back foot. Ball's out. No chance of taking a sack and a first down for the Wolfpack.
Wolfpack operating quickly. Ganji, quick handoff to Tawa. And a punishing run crossing the 25. Make that the 15. She's brought down by Troy Cassidy.
And Roy, right there you say, hey, Nevada air raid offense right there. They run heavy formation, stacked to the right, power run game with Toatawa. I mean, they get a nice gain on first down.
Nevada really has focused in on physicality and sticking with the run. I believe much more than most air raid offenses, certainly more than what you see at Wazoo with Mike Leach. And that's been important to Jay Norvell. That's what he identified in taking this job over. Yeah, we want to throw it, but we also want to run it with authority and physicality with players like Toatawa.
And I thought Matt Mummy, the offensive coordinator, gave the best iteration of air raid. What makes it work the best? He said when Ty Ganji runs it at the line of scrimmage, I give him a play, but he has the option to get us to a better play, and he's completely comfortable doing that.
Nevada, a rare sugar huddle opportunity. And they get up to the line quickly after talking it over quickly. And that means more Wildcat. Devontae Lee. And San Diego State identifying that quickly. And on third down, he's going to lose a yard. Ronley Laka, Anthony Luke right there. Well, what do you do here? And it looks like Wolfpack are going to think about the field goal.
I think you take the points here. I think absolutely take the lead back if you can. Execute a kick. The special teams have been working awfully well tonight for the Wolfpack.
Ramiz Ahmed from 32 in the left hash on the way. And with plenty of distance, Nevada back in front. So a 10-0 scoring binge for the Wolfpack. 25-24 our score.
ESPN College Football, brought to you by McDonald's and Allstate, reminding you that football season is mayhem.
Here inside Mackey Stadium, Tom Ramsey, Roy Philpott. A good one in the Mountain West Conference. Wild West shootout 25-24. Wolfpack regaining the lead on that field goal moments ago. And the Aztecs bring it back out to the 16. That was Jordan Bird. As we step aside, San Diego State football. And after this. Well, 4 days away from Halloween and 3 days away from the big reveal, the college football playoff rankings. Trick or treat, 25-24 our score. Nevada out in front. Oh, Nevada out in front of San Diego State. You can't do that to me, Greg Pike, our producer.
Someone's working. I think your partner was working. I was looking at stats, trying to prepare for the second half, and you were over there dancing.
I always make the mistake of forgetting there's a camera right in front of me. And that's the price you pay.
The eye in the sky never lies.
Yes, that's true. Chance Bell in at running back I formation for old school San Diego State and Rocky Long. And the deep handoff nets a couple on first down. Daniel Brown the hit. And now the Aztecs trying to extend this winning streak to 7 in a row, trying to remain undefeated in Mountain West Conference play, and still in obvious control of their destiny. Trailing again. They've trailed in just about every game this year, and they've found ways to win almost each and every time.
Yeah, it's the formula. You play great defense, you run the ball, you stick to the run the ball plan, and you just wait to just knock off a run, and hopefully you get in third and short if you're San Diego State, because you're good at 3rd and 5 or less. Anything beyond that, you're not so good.
Aztecs have not lost a game in 57 days. That was on the road at Stanford to open the season.
And Roy, considering what they've done with all the injuries they've had and all the young players that they've had to play, it's remarkable they've won 6 in a row.
They need 2 here. There goes Bell. First down, San Diego State. And, I don't know that we've talked about it enough. Aztecs are doing this, winning all of these games after a pickup of 16 yards. Without Christian Chapman, without Isaac Lassard, without Jawan Washington. They're also missing an offensive lineman, their right guard. All those players expected to return next week. And yet they're still winning. It really is quite impressive. And how many teams across the country in any conference, I don't care if it's Power 5, Group of 5, FCS, NAIA, how many teams could win like this, losing your entire starting backfield? Here's Agnew, trying to grow up a little bit tonight. Flush. And the pass was batted down after he escaped the pressure. Dom Peterson and Malik Reed getting there.
Well, I happen to know 2 other teams that are pretty good that could afford to lose their quarterbacks. That was Alabama and Clemson. How about that?
Well played.
Yes. Yeah, I was thinking, now wait a minute. Okay, Christian Chapman's good, but Golly, Tua's pretty good too. So is that kid named Lawrence.
Agnew has thrown for 3 touchdowns tonight. Trevor Lawrence threw for 4 touchdowns and a win at Florida State for the Tigers earlier today. And Jordan Byrd quickly corralled after a 1-yard gain. Should also mention, too, a lot of people have left the Pac-12 for dead in terms of the upcoming college football playoff. Aztecs, one of 4 programs with at least 6 wins in a row each of the last 4 years.
Remarkable.
It is remarkable.
Remarkable.
I'm going to go back to this because we mentioned the air raid in Nevada moments ago. The Pac-12 has been talked about being left out of the playoff the last umpteen weeks. And now all of a sudden Washington State in its air raid attack after winning against Stanford earlier tonight, they now can make a claim to be inside the top 10, and they have a chance to do some damage. Wilson, the intended receiver, that one swatted away. And the Nevada defense stands tall. That was Damian Baber in coverage, and a big stop for the Wolfpack.
Well, and Malik Reed there again on the pass rush to put pressure on Ryan Agnew. Again, coming off the edge, Reed doing his best Dwight Freeney interpretation, getting the shoulder pads low, bending around the offensive tackle, and making the play and forcing Agnew to just throw just a split second early.
Brandon Heiklin's punt. A wobbler. We'll take a San Diego State bounce, and there's the special teams. Worked in Nevada's favor in the first half. It'll help out the Aztecs here after a punt of 55. Washington State perhaps back in the playoff conversation. We'll talk more about it after this. Make sure you kick off your Week 8 NFL Sunday with ESPN 10 a.m. Eastern. NFL Countdown returns. Sam and the guys, all the NFL Countdown crew will have all the breaking stories, previews of each and every game, and like everything else on the ESPN app. And then Pat's Bills Monday Night Football, 8:15 Eastern Monday night. Also simulcast in Spanish on ESPN2 and available on the ESPN app. And down the seam looking for McLean Mannix. A flag on the field at the 20. Very busy night for our veteran officiating crew led by Reggie Smith as we await the word on the penalty.
And Mannix throwing up his arms might have been
prior to the
reason to draw the flag.
Holding. Defense number 18. Automatic first down.
Trent Thompson, the guilty party. We mentioned Wazoo going out to break. They're in the thick of this thing, even though most people believe the Pac-12 has no shot at the college football playoff.
Well, I think Washington State might. I heard Jesse Palmer say it on the college football halftime show today. Washington State has a chance. Gardner Minshew, the quarterback of Washington State, he is a trigger puller with the air raid. I mean, he is good, can spread the ball all over the field. And now it looks like it's going to come down to the Apple Cup. And, you know, that's always a fantastic game. But Washington State has the tools, Roy. You know, if anyone sneaks in, it could be them.
How many great sound bites would we get from the great one himself, Mike Leach, if somehow the Cougs made it to the college football playoff? And you mentioned the Apple Cup. Washington was upset by Cal earlier today, which, again, everybody outside of the Cougars, just the Pac-12's been upside down. SC was upset by Arizona State at home at the Coliseum earlier, ending their 19-game home winning streak. Meanwhile, here in the Mountain West, Ganji wants it all again, looking for Dubs. And incomplete. Darren Hall trying to run with big number 7. Dubs just a freshman out of Los Angeles. Big time upside.
And I love the fact that Ganji looks downfield, first option, and he's got Dubs streaking down the field and has a chance. I think if Dubs sees the ball early come out of his hand, he can work to the ball, but Nevada, another third down facing them. They were good right when this half started, put together 2 nice drives and 10 points.
Wolfpack needs 6 here. Ganji had problems with the snap. And a dangerous pass nearly picked off trying to spot Mannix along the near sideline. And that's going to force a 3-and-out.
Well, and the snap was off. Pardon me, Roy. The snap was off, and it kind of spun Ganji around. He hung on to it, and then He throws to a spot. They have a fan route to the left side, and it was a short, medium, long pass. He threw it to the middle, just hoping his guy would come near it.
As a quarterback, what is that like when the snap is awkward?
Well, it took his eyes off the field, right? So he couldn't see down the field, but he knew where his guy was going to be. It's a dicey throw. But they've repped it so many times, he knew where his guy was going to be.
Jordan Berg calls for the fair catch after a punt of 44. Back in 60 seconds here in Reno.
And new ESPN app. Now with ESPN Plus. Get more ESPN and download now.
25-24 in a Wild West shootout. Back in Reno, Tom Ramsey, Roy Philpott, Wolfpack trying to halt San Diego State's 6-game winning streak. Aztecs have claimed 5 victims this year by 7 points or less as Chance Bell rumbles off the left side. It'll be a gain of 6 on first down, stopped by Baber. You get the sense, Tom, this ground game for San Diego State starting to warm up just a little bit.
It is, Roy. And you know, what I love most about it, they stick to the plan. They don't get nervous. They don't get rattled. They go right back to the run. Jeff Horton had them huddled up before this series. Just said, hey, listen, well, you got to grind. Now's the time to grind.
Toss sweep. Bell spun down quickly. It'll be 3rd and 1. Sonny Rufus with a stop. Time winding down quickly here in our third quarter.
Well, and you go back and look at, Rocky Long, this is his 101st game, and in the first 100 he coached at San Diego State. He wins 70% of the time. I mean, that's impressive enough, but again, it's the formula. Play great defense, just hammer the ball between the tackles, and then run play action out of it. It's worked for him tonight.
On 3rd down, Bell needed a yard. He'll pick up 2, maybe 3, and the drive stays alive.
If they considered every down they had 3rd and short, they'd still get a first down every time because they are really good at 3rd and 5 or less. They have been, I think they've been almost can't miss 3rd and 5 tonight.
The end of the third.
Well, a fun one in Reno. Rocky Long versus Jay Norvell. Emotions versus the stoic nature of the veteran head coach for the Aztecs. And a fun night in the Mountain West. More to go. 15 minutes remaining in a 1-point affair. Can the Aztecs keep their winning streak alive? We're about to find out. Start of our fourth quarter. San Diego State has it 1st and 10 in Nevada territory as Chance Bell rumbles off for a gain of 3. Gabe Sewell brought him down. Tom Ramsey, Roy Philpott. Aztecs trying to win their 7th game in a row after losing the season opener at Stanford. Nevada trying to get closer to bowl eligibility. And a fun final 15 minutes headed your way here in Reno. Maybe not so fun for Rocky Long, but fun for us.
Yeah, Rocky's having fun. He just loves to compete. And Jay Norvell, tell you what, he's got his team ready, willing, and they're able tonight.
They'll fake it to Bell. Agnew flush. That was Corey Rush getting after him. And nearly brought him down behind the line. Did he step out?
Is that the quarterback was still in bounds when he threw an incomplete forward pass that crossed the line of scrimmage. There is no foul for intentional grounding. It's 3rd down.
Well, great dissection of the play by referee Reggie Smith. Agnew was still in bounds when he threw it. He threw it past the line of scrimmage. He didn't step out of bounds, so no penalty, just an incompletion.
Now, 3rd down has been an issue in this second half. Aztecs started 5 of 6 on 3rd down. Since then, just 2 for their last 7. And they'll need 8 yards here. And a timeout called by SDSU.
Prior to the snap, Diego State calls their first timeout of the half.
Well, you wonder, too, could this be 4-down territory if you're able to pick up at least half the yardage you need? Sports Center coming up later tonight after Oregon, Arizona over on ESPN with Stan and Max. They'll have reactions as the Dodgers try to even up the World Series. Plus insight from Kirk Herbstreit and Chris Fowler. after Kentucky's incredible comeback at Missouri on the final play of the game, trailing by 5. A walk-off win for the Wildcats as they keep their championship hopes alive. Agnew hit that pass too low for Chance Bell, and that'll bring up 4th down. Well, credit this Nevada defense. San Diego State scoreless so far in this second half, Tom.
Yeah, Jeff Castile dialing it up on defense, and they run a 3-3-5. Not really close to what Rocky Long does with his 3-3-5, but conceptually he does some of the same things. There is some zone blitz there. I don't believe Bell would have had the first down had he caught the ball.
Brandon Heiklen back on. He'll punt it from his own 48. And Mannix the fair catch at the 10.
And Roy, the good news, bad news about San Diego State's offense, Jeff Wharton told us this week, right? They're young. They haven't been able to finish drives when they need to in the fourth quarter, so that's been a bugaboo. But also, they've played in close games throughout this year, and Rocky Long said, hey, we play well in tight games, and as evidence with 6 straight wins.
Well, you know it's getting late when you go bugaboo on me. Wolfpack take over. Ganji back on the field with his 1-point advantage. Reagan Roberson checks in as the tight end for the men in silver. Toatawa directing traffic driven down to Zeno. Rode him down to the turf, as well as Tariq Thompson. Now the West Division of the Mountain West Conference, San Diego State undefeated, as is Fresno State. And Nevada at 2-2. Still in contention, but obviously needing a victory here tonight. And Jay Norvell, boy, he said it this week. You got to wonder, too, the win at Hawaii, arguably the biggest win of the Norvell era here at Nevada, in addition to their win against Oregon State earlier this season. But beat San Diego State tonight, that really is going to speak volumes about the future of this program. A hard hit after the grab, 2 yards short of the first down by Parker Baldwin. Caleb Fossum was on the wrong end of that one.
Yeah, I mean, Nevada, this is I think this is a big game. This is absolutely opportunity game for Jay Norvell and the program, just because of who San Diego State is and how well they've played the last several years under Rocky Long. Multiple 10-win seasons the Aztec have had. Not a lot of teams in the country can do that.
Wolfpack need 2 yards here. Toatawa straight ahead. Can he get there? And it looks like he can. That'll move the chains. Parker Baldwin tried to bring him down. Couldn't do it before Tawa picked up the 2.5 yards.
And Roy, you know, San Diego State, when you think about it, over the last several years, last 3 seasons, only 6 other teams have put together 10-win seasons. Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Wisconsin.
No play action in here. Ganji fires a pass that was nearly caught, then almost intercepted. Cooks got about 15 different fingertips on it.
Well, almost an absolute brilliant catch by Cooks. I mean, he climbed the ladder, and here's a guy who participated on Nevada's basketball team last year. He almost comes down with the rebound.
He was part of the bench mob for Nevada in their run to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, and you tell me they're highly ranked this year.
Highest ranked team in Mountain West Conference history in the preseason polls. Wolfpack come in at number 7, and basketball season underway starting this Tuesday. Floated out into the flats, ahead to the 30-yard line. That's going to be enough to move the sticks. Baldwin got there too late. Trey Carter-Wells with another catch.
This is what I like about Nevada right now. They're getting the ball out in space to different players, and all of a sudden Carter-Wells becomes a playmaker for them, makes a guy miss, and gets enough for the first down.
Less than 12 to play. Nevada has been impressive tonight, trying to win its second game in a row and get right back in it in the West Division of the Mountain West. They'll fling it, looking for the seam route. Mannix was available for a moment, and then crashing down quickly was Kyrie Woods.
So again, throwing on first down, stretching the defense, and Ganji saw the window. Mannix did not see the window. He's open. He saw the safety is who he saw. He didn't want that ball. Hawkins coming over from that free safety slide.
2nd and 10. Chris off field. Toa with a head of steam. It'll be 3rd and long upcoming. And so a big play coming up for the Aztec defense. Connor Mitchell, the stop.
Well, two things. One, they tried to get kind of a wide screen in the first half. They got their fast group up. Mannix in the slot up top. And Toa looks to be, I wonder if he was shaken up a little bit on the last play. Doesn't appear so. He's still in the lineup.
3rd and 7. And the Aztec defense showing pressure. Here they come. Ganji nearly picked off. Well, a dangerous throw. Parker Baldwin read that one and probably should have had the interception and 6 points to go with it.
Boy, Parker Baldwin, such a good player. I was asking Rocky Long before the game. I said, hey, Parker Baldwin, sometimes he looks like a linebacker, sometimes he's a DB. He said, Tom, we train him like a linebacker. I'm convinced of that because right there he catches the ball like a linebacker or not catch the ball.
And a big interception against Air Force. Basically clinched the game earlier this season. Bird retreats and on the run muffs the punt. Nevada football.
Holding on the field is a muff recovered by the kicking team. 1st and 10.
And a costly mistake for San Diego State. The Wolfpack in business inside the red zone.
Well, and this is how fast the game can turn. And all of a sudden, Parker Baldwin has a chance for an interception and the ability to put San Diego State in great field position. Instead, Nevada has to punt it away. San Diego State drops the ball, and now Nevada inside the 20-yard line knocking on the door. Just a huge turn of events right there where one play can spin the game.
Kelton Moore with the fumble recovery, the reserve running back who has started most of the season. Toa power run will gain 2. Noble Hall the stop.
And Roy, he was the one that downed the football inside the 5-yard line in the first half as well. Another key play on special teams. So Moore, they told him, hey, you're not starting tonight. We're giving the ball to Toa, but he is an integral part of playmaking tonight.
Nevada brings on its Goliath package. Receivers all 6'2" or taller inside the red zone on 2nd and long. And they'll look towards the end zone. Incomplete. Elijah Cooks got 2 mitts on it. Woods in coverage. That should have been 6.
I'm wondering if that one got caught in the lights. I thought he just missed it. And he's kind of shaking his head. Watch his eyes. They're on the ball. And then, the ball just misses his hands. He's like, what happened? I think he got blinded by the lights.
Now the wind also swirling as Devontae Lee checks in. He'll be the running back flanking Ganji as they set up the screen. And nowhere to run, a hard hit. Tariq Thompson got there first, as did Laka.
Boy, San Diego State runs so well to the ball. They don't have 1 or 2 tacklers. They have 6 or 7 defenders tackling the football. Just great pursuit that time and a great stop of the San Diego State defense.
So after the muff punt by Jordan Bird, he'll try to force a field goal attempt. This one from 34 yards out for Ramiz Ahmed. He's been solid this year and tonight. The slight breeze to his right. And on the way, it is good. So the Wolfpack special teams doing their job this evening as Nevada extends its lead to 4 at 28-24.
ESPN College Football is presented by Ice Cold Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
And our championship drive update presented by Dr. Pepper. How about 7 top 25 teams losing to unranked foes this week? And Oregon getting stomped at Arizona. Over on ESPN, Khalil Tate is back for Kevin Sumlin. The Pac-12 is totally upside down outside of Wazoo. You just don't know what's going to happen week to week. It's crazy.
Getting stunned in Tucson. Sean Poindexter with 2 touchdown catches from Khalil Tate.
So Tate back in the fold. That's a big deal for Kevin Sumlin in his first year. And now San Diego State trailing by 4. And you mentioned it going out to break. That field goal is big because now you can't trot John Barron out there to bomb one in from 55 yards out and regain the lead. You got to score a touchdown.
And one thing that Jeff Horton, the offensive coordinator for the Aztecs, told us, if there's any disappointment on the offensive side of the ball for the Aztecs, it's been that their offense hasn't been able to finish games, being on the field. They've relied on the defense too many times this year, and here's their opportunity now.
Gut check time for Ryan Agnew. Dangerous toss. Waring reels it in, crossing the 40. That'll move the chains.
Well, I got to tell you, I don't think it's the right read. He throws into double coverage, but again, Waring has had a spectacular game, 2 touchdown receptions, and then again, being 6'6", having the ability to go up, high point the ball. He's had a tremendous game. Waring now, the leading catcher, 5 catches, 81 yards.
And 2 touchdowns. I formation. Chance Bell through the carnage. Will pick up 4. Dom Peterson brought him down. And that was Chase Jasmine on the carry. So they've alternated between 21 and 22 tonight. And I tell you what, it's interesting when Juwan Washington regains health because Bell's now played in 2 games. Jasmine has given him something in the backfield. And even Jordan Byrd, who's the fastest player on the offensive side for San Diego State, has done a nice job as well when called upon.
Well, they said they'd go with the hot hand, and now it's a tight game. So whoever's going to keep their pad level low, get the crucial yards, is going to stay in the game.
Jasmine brought down by Sewell after a pickup of 11 and a first down for San Diego State.
Well, right there they're responding, Roy, and they are able to move the chains. They get the chains clanking. The offensive line again starting to really push around the defensive line of Nevada.
Chase Jasmine, 82 yards on 15 touches. Chance Bell, 78 on 15 rushing attempts. Both backs averaging over 5 yards per carry. Jasmine tripped up, crossing the 40. You just get the sense again the Aztecs starting to wear down Nevada at the line of scrimmage, but they got to find a way to convert.
Well, they're doing it with 22 personnel, 2 backs, 2 tight ends, single receiver. They want to play you in a phone booth, and they want to maul you. They want to punch you in the throat.
28-24 Nevada here in Reno, out in front of the Aztecs. College football final coming up when we're done here tonight. Agnew rolls to his right. Flag on the field back at the 46 as he delivered that one out of bounds.
It's going to be a hold against the Aztecs.
Holding offense number 77. 10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
Yeah, Ryan Pope, the big right tackle, has had a really good season thus far. Pope, senior. Lakewood High. Went to Long Beach Community College. Big fellow. 6'7", 320.
Only senior starter in that offensive front for the Aztecs tonight. 2nd and 17. Under 7 to play. Wolfpack Brings some pressure. Agnew, flag on the field with an underhand toss to Chase Jasmine. And they're going to bring him back 10 more.
And they just self-destructed there. One more holding call.
Offense, number 77, 10-yard penalty, replays second down.
And I'm guessing Pope has the assignment of blocking Malik Reed. Just guessing. He has number 90 up top. Again, you know, the great pass rushers, and I'll just say Von Miller, Dwight Freeney, guys that can bend on the edge, and Malik Reed's one of those special players. He can bend, and then, you know what, if you don't get to the quarterback, you draw the holding call.
2nd and 27. They'll set up the screen. Bell ushered out of bounds, crossing the 45 by Dom Peterson. It's a gain of 7.
Well, another crucial long yardage third down for San Diego State. They haven't been good this year in long yardage third downs, and I don't expect them to go for all of it here, Roy. It's just too much at risk to throw it down the field, because if Nevada intercepts the ball, they've been moving the ball the entire second half on offense.
Agnew with time now will take off. Finds a running lane, spins around, brought down at the 40. It'll bring up 4th and 7 after a gain of 13, and now decision time for Rocky Long. He still has 2 timeouts to work with. That was Peterson with the stop. And here comes the punt team for SDSU.
Well, 2 things. One, Ryan Agnew did a great job getting positive yards and putting his punt team in much better field position, because now they can punt it deep, put their defense back on the field. And even though the offense hasn't been able to win games this year, or at least close out games, the defense is good enough to put back on the field.
Well, that was nearly a 5-yard penalty. That could have changed the complexion of this possession. Instead, Nevada calls a timeout, and they were caught in no man's land with at least 12 men on the field.
There is no foul for illegal substitution prior to the formation being set. Timeout. Nevada, their first of the half. 30 seconds.
I like the game management that Jay Norvell has put into place tonight. He's been really good, and you got to be good. If you want to try to take down the king of the hill, and Rocky Long's been the king of the hill in the Mountain West Conference of late, I think calling timeout there is key. And, you know, he knows right away they got too many guys on the field. Call timeout, save the play. And he's pissed.
I'd say so. Caleb Fossum back deep to receive. The Heikland punt. End over end, and it'll be down inside the 5. So the right call by Rocky Long, and now Nevada backed up deep in its own territory. It'll be 1st and 10 after a 37-yard punt after this. Less than 5 minutes to play here in Reno, Nevada. Tom Ramsey, Roy Philpott in a 4-point contest. Wolfpack out in front of San Diego State, trying to stop the 6-game winning streak. And now it's up to the Aztec defense. The offense has been non-existent in these last 2 quarters. And in fact, Ryan Agnew has thrown for -3 yards in the second half. San Diego State has been held scoreless. The defense needs to stand tall here against Ty Ganji and company.
Well, they're used to it. That's one good aspect for the Aztecs. They're used to playing great defense. The defense is used to being relied upon, and right now they're relied upon not only for a stop, but they're looking for a turnover here.
4-man front for San Diego State on first down. Devontae Lee from his own end zone with blockers. Hard collision after a short gain. Taylor Hawkins brought him down.
Boy, they're so good on first down run defense. I mean, they're good against the run all the time. But on first down, they really pin their ears back and try to make plays.
After a gain of 4, clock winds down. San Diego State 2 timeouts remaining. You see that stingy defense. Toatawa back in, flanking Ganji to the air. And the tight end Trey Carter-Wells will pick up 1, maybe 2 more as Parker Baldwin belted him down.
That's a really nice tackle by Parker Baldwin in the open field because they were man across the board, cover 0, so there was no free safety. Everyone was manned up, and Baldwin made a nice play.
Now the Aztecs have forced 3 and outs tonight. They would love to make it 4 right here and gain great field position with 2 timeouts to work with for the offense.
Again, Ty Ganji with the ability to change plays at the line of scrimmage.
Jay Norvell, sensing the importance of this call,
Nevada
will utilize a timeout.
Calls their second timeout of the half.
And what do you dial up here? A first down means a ton. We'll talk more about it right after this. Biggest play of the game coming up right here and right now. Nevada by 4. Tom Ramsey, Roy Philpott, Wolfpack facing a 3rd and 5 to keep the drive alive deep in their own territory. And the senior quarterback, Ty Ganji, trying to tell the Nevada Wolfpack band to quiet down, and they will. Across the middle. Nowhere close. Ronley Laka sniffed it out. Brought him down. That was Dubs on the crosser. 4th down coming up.
Well, I don't know if I would have called that one, but I wasn't looking for the crossing route, but Laka sniffed it out and just made just a great tackle and just stoned Dubs that time. But you know, Roy, the last time they were in 3rd and 5, they went to the tight end, Carter-Wells, and he was on that last play as well. This is a crucial chance for a good punt return.
Conway from 4 yards deep. Bird will watch it bounce. Collected at the 40. He's got speed. And lassoed from behind and shoved to the turf. That could be another 15. It was a punt of 52 yards. Justin Brent with the extracurriculars. And let's see what the call is. Well, that could be costly for Nevada. At the worst possible time. Aztecs still have 2 timeouts to work with. Field goal does not help SDSU. They need a touchdown to extend the win streak. One more look.
Yeah, it's just that extra shove down to the ground. Right there, he's down. That's it. Don't shove him again. Sure enough, Reggie Smith right there. Again, an appropriate flag.
Brent, a senior, should know better.
And special teams have been worked out really well tonight for Nevada. They emphasize it. Of course, their special teams coach, Tommy Perry, does a great job. They worked hard on their Fast Friday.
Here's the call.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle by the kicking team, number 9. 15 yards will be added to the end of the run. First down.
So they didn't call the personal foul unsportsmanlike conduct. They called the personal foul horse collar on the tackle. And that's always a penalty. Sure enough, well, actually he had jersey. That was all jersey. So, well, they were okay.
So San Diego State will set up shop inside Nevada territory at the 41-yard line. Chance Bell, the running back, out of the eye. Plenty of time on the clock. Play action. Agnew will navigate his way by some extra time, floated out of bounds. Malik Reed tried to chase him down, and a lot happening there.
boy, Malik Reed, when he zeroes in on his target, watch out. It is like the U.S. Armed Forces coming in hot.
Aztecs used to these kinds of contests this year. 5 wins by a touchdown or less. All 6 victories by 2 scores or less.
And Roy, here's the question you got to ask yourself. As San Diego State faces a long second down, do they use 4 downs here to try to get 10 yards?
Agnew, here comes the pressure. Spins it, and the pass is ruled incomplete. Well, it was a tough throw under duress. The coverage was there. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Kobe Smith, the intended receiver.
Yeah, you nailed it. Under duress, and he can't get all of his momentum into his throw. He more or less throws off his back foot, and you can't blame Agnew. He's just trying to make a play, but the ball just comes up short. So now they're in long yardage 3rd down, and they just haven't been real good tonight on 3rd down. They're 7 of 15 tonight.
Agnew plants, fires, incomplete, wearing the receiver. The massive tight end has caught 5 passes tonight, couldn't reel that one in. And on 4th down, you got to go for it here, don't you?
Well, here's the counter thinking here. I think you punt it. You have 2 timeouts in your back pocket. You put your best team back on the field, which is your defense. I don't think you go for it here. I think you try and down him inside the 10 again like they did on the last drive, but they're going for it here.
This one could decide it.
Or they try and draw Nevada offsides.
Agnew will buy some time, spins around, in big-time trouble. Back across the field. And it's broken up. That play felt awkward from the onset, and credit this Nevada defense. Tom Ramsey pitching a shutout in these final 2 quarters, and Daniel Brown with the coverage.
Daniel Brown, a couple huge plays defensively there for the Wolfpack, Roy, and couldn't agree more. The play just was clunky from the beginning, and they just collapsed the pocket. I mean, Malik Reed did a great job. And they had great pass rush. Sam Hammond there just in pursuit of him. And Agnew throwing the ball to a place he doesn't want to, late down the middle. That's never a good recipe. And Rocky Long knows it. I would have punted it there and put my defense on the field yet again.
Well, the senior quarterback, Ty Ganji, back on the field. He's been a leader in so many ways for this Nevada team this year. Around the left side, he'll try to keep it in bounds, and he does. A smart move by the senior. That'll keep the clock moving as Trenton Thompson was in the area after a gain of 5.
Well, a really smart veteran play, and when you have the C.
Calls their 2nd timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
When you have the C on your chest, you carry added responsibility. Ganji there making a nice play.
Aztecs with 1 more timeout remaining. Ganji has really been a model student athlete in his time here in Reno. He's volunteered coaching youth leagues and in elementary schools here in Reno. See the West Division. If this score holds, San Diego State falls back, and Nevada would be just 1 win short of bowl eligibility, with Colorado State, San Jose State, and UNLV still on the schedule. And Wildcat formation. Devontae Lee checks back in. Here comes the hammer. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Parker Baldwin the tackle. And San Diego State will utilize its last timeout.
San Diego State calls their 3rd and final timeout of the game. 30 seconds.
Well, and Roy, I'm thinking here, why wouldn't you run Wildcat yet again here and just push it over? You get a 1st down here, game's over.
Well, don't forget the exclusive reveal of the first college football playoff top 25 rankings will head your way Tuesday night At 7 o'clock Eastern, Reese Davis and company will break it down from top to bottom. Coaches' reactions, plus a live interview with the new committee chairman, Rob Mullins. And, of course, you can watch it live on the ESPN app from anywhere, presented by Allstate. For the record, Tom Ramsey right now. You got to believe Bama's won. Clemson, Notre Dame are going to be involved there.
Oh, yeah.
More on that in a minute. It's third down right now. Now to the Wildcat. And tackled in the backfield is Tawa. What a stop by Tariq Thompson. Now the Aztecs out of timeouts, but that's going to force fourth down and long.
Wow, Tariq Thompson blitzing all the way off the edge, unblocked, and that's a heck of a play on a really good running back. Wow. Well, my play didn't work.
San Diego State figures to get the football back with just under a minute to go.
And no timeouts.
Right.
So, had you punted the ball, if you were San Diego State, had you punted it and you stopped them
Nevada
and used your timeouts.
Second timeout of the half.
You might have gotten the ball at midfield with a chance to score. Now, if Nevada gets a good punt, which they've had a couple good ones tonight.
Correction. This is Nevada's third and final timeout of the game.
Now the mayhem begins on Tuesday. Let's take a look at Tom's picks. And again, we mentioned this several times tonight before Nevada punts this one away. You like Notre Dame a little bit more than most of the rest of the country, and then you've slipped in Oklahoma at the bottom there.
I did. I made a quick change. Texas, with them getting throttled at Oklahoma State, maybe not throttled, but they did get beat pretty handedly. They were down.
That's a bad loss.
By a couple touchdowns at halftime, and yeah, that was not a good loss for them. So Oklahoma with a big win today over K-State. I think Oklahoma's very deserving. Kyler Murray's been playing great. LSU with a huge game next week against Bama. Something happens there for sure, but I think Notre Dame, they got to go play Northwestern. That's going to be a good one.
Conaway will bounce this one all the way down to the 1 yard line. What a punt and what a night. The double nickel back on the slate. 55-yard punt for Quentin Conaway.
Well, and what San Diego State does not have right now, Rashad Penny, I assured Jay Norvell he was gone. He was off to the Seattle Seahawks, first pick of the Seahawks and the 27th pick in last year's draft. And Roy, they don't have Jawan Washington, their number one back, and taking nothing away from Chase Jasmine or Chance Bell, but they have an uphill battle 99 yards away.
Now Conway's had himself a career night. Had a 68-yard punt earlier, a couple of 55-yarders, a 58-yard effort. Agnew will be flush. And out in the flats, he'll hit Kobe Smith.
And they roughed the passer in the end zone. Agnew took a heck of a shot by Sewell. Sewell's going to get flagged for putting Agnew on his back.
That'll do two things. It'll give him another 15 yards, and it stops the clock for a moment.
Yep.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 7. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Sewell's lucky they don't call him for a targeting. He led with his shoulder, but I mean he just blasts Agnew. That's a chest plate shot. And Ryan Pope got away with a hold on Malik Reed, so they almost took another safety. That'd be two safeties in the same game.
Clock winding down. San Diego State out of timeouts. Agnew quickly back to the line. Wants to heave one deep. Instead, we'll find Waring up to the 40. Clock will stop on the first down.
Catch.
So Tom, a gain of 14. 30 seconds remaining.
Got to get a chunk and then get out of bounds.
Agnew sensing the pressure. Buys some time. A couple of pump fakes. Incomplete. Busby could not get there in time.
Well, and now with only 19 seconds on the clock, Roy, you're really down to it's two plays. But you got to remember this. It's 2nd and 10. At some point, if you don't get a first down, you might as well cancel it, but you got to get a big chunk down the field here.
Crowd on its feet. Agnew with plenty of time. Wasting time. Directing traffic. And nearly brought down behind the line of scrimmage. The pass will be caught near the 45.
The ruling on the field, the quarterback was not down by contact prior to releasing the pass.
Well, Toomer was the pass rusher and just kept working. I think Agnew got the ball off before he went down. Arm was definitely in motion. They may go to the box.
The previous play is under further review.
Yeah, it's a good call by Reggie Smith. Send it up to the review box and take a look at it. Agnew's knee might have been down before he threw it.
Rick Lumiere will take a look after buzzing down, and we will as well. It's got to be indisputable video evidence. I don't know that we saw it in that sequence. It looked like there was still space between the grass and the knees.
It's really close, right? And if two things are happening simultaneously, even in super slow motion, I don't know if there's enough evidence there to overturn it.
In the bigger picture, just 6 seconds remaining, and perhaps only 6 ticks of the clock left in this 6-game winning streak for San Diego State. We've said it several times, but the Aztecs tonight held scoreless so far in this second half, and Nevada trying to make a statement on the verge of doing so here at home.
Well, I think they've already made a statement. Regardless of the outcome tonight, they're a formidable team. They're very well coached. The attention to detail kind of permeates this game tonight in all 3 phases, and that's what Jay Norvell is working towards. He wants the holistic program, and I got to tell you, I just think again what they've put into place here and the players they've brought in, they have buy-in across the board, and they have a great staff teaching them.
San Diego State should get as many as 3, if not 4 offensive starters back next week. A road trip to Albuquerque to face off with New Mexico. That certainly will be a welcome sight. And a lot of things in play here. The longer this review goes, the more you wonder if they're going to overturn it.
And they get their shot at Fresno State in a couple weeks too. That's still looming out there. It's too early to really talk about it, but this game is paramount for them. They've won by a thread the last several weeks, and being as close as they were last week against San Jose State.
After further, the ruling on the field stands as called. The quarterback was not down by contact. It'll be 3rd down. Will the clock operator please reset the clock to 10 seconds, and the clock will start on the snap.
So it's got to be a quick play unless you're trying to heave one to the end zone. 3rd down for San Diego State.
Well, in Nevada, their defensive alignment, they're standing on the 5-yard line.
And the quick toss will now give the Aztecs an opportunity to send a shot into the end zone. Macklin with his second grab, a gain of 19, and scurries out of bounds.
Well, they picked up a huge chunk, so they got their chunk because Nevada had everyone back at the goal line, and now they remain at the goal line because San Diego State has one shot at it.
And flags on the field with just 5 seconds remaining.
Offense, number 56, 5-yard penalty. It's 1st down. This does not qualify for a 10-second runoff as the clock was not running.
Well, they got lucky there. They didn't get the clock runoff. I think it was illegal procedure by the center, Godino. Or the right guard, Godino, sorry.
This should decide it. Agnew will buy some time. Needs to get it to the end zone. Ryan Agnew heaves one deep. On the way. Incomplete. Nevada wins it. And the 6-game winning streak for San Diego State comes to a screeching halt in Reno. What a win for the Wolfpack.
Boy, credit that coach right there, Jay Norvell, shaking hands, as respectful as could be with Rocky Long. And, you know, the Nevada Wolfpack tonight, they had a great opportunity. We both sensed Jay Norvell was confident coming into this game. They were well prepared, Roy, and it was all a matter of execution tonight, and they executed in all 3 phases.
One more look at that final sequence. Wolfpack will improve to 5-4. San Diego State, its first loss in 57 days. Well, Agnew gave it all he had under duress. Reed was there.
Well, and I tell you what, who Nevada had back, Malik Reed was in hot pursuit, but they had young Cole Turner, a wide receiver out of Oregon, 6'6", 210-pounder. He was there, batting it down along with Elijah Cooks, the other wide receiver.
What a game and what a win for Nevada. One more win, and the Wolfpack are going bowling this year. And for San Diego State, back to the drawing board before a road trip to Albuquerque. And there you see the updated standings. Well, you mentioned that game coming up in a few weeks, Fresno and San Diego State. That's going to be a fun one, and maybe the West Division title will be at stake on the line that night. We'll find out, but work to be done between now and then.
Well, and Nevada goes to 5-4. They're in search of a bowl this year, and I think under Jay Norvell, that's, I don't want to say bet on it, but I'll say I'm very confident they'll get to a bowl this year.
I would tend to agree. For our director, Jimmy Lee Starling, our producer, Greg Pike, for Tom Ramsey, I'm Roy Philpott saying good night. Our final score, 28-24, the Wolfpack, the big winners. Coming up next, the Magic City Classic live from Birmingham.